U3 Sports Talk, where we are unfiltered, unscripted, and unapologetic. I am Sean, of course, glad to be joined by the brother Cisco. Cisco, what's going on, man?
Man, you know I'm retired. I can't wake up too early anymore.
No, I get it, man. It's all good,
But
man.
it's
Hey,
good to
listen,
hear.
listen, I know normally this is not our normal time. We're normally an evening time live stream, but um, given the breaking news today, we felt like we needed to jump on, go live, and yeah, man, we had to definitely go live around this breaking news today. Um, yeah, which is around Cam Newton being released by the Patriots. Definitely wanted to chop it up. Um, I don't want to say it was a surprise. Again, depending on who you ask, surprise to some, not some to others. Blah blah blah. But just a
Right.
lot of breaking news around this and kind of what the domino effect of this move will be and what's next for Cam and are the Patriots a playoff contender with Mac Jones. So we kind of want to just go live for a little bit, talk about some of that stuff, maybe get a few folks in, talk about it, answer some questions, things like that. um yeah so so this news broke a couple hours ago, maybe about 3 hours ago now, and been trending all morning and early part of the afternoon.
Right.
So definitely want to just break it down. But when you first heard about the news, what were your thoughts?
Like you said, it was Sean, bro. You gotta do it, bro. I can't talk unless you do it, man.
Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry, man. Hey,
Come on.
listen, salute everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in. If you have not already, if you are joining us on U3 Sports Talk for the first time, thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for U3 Sports Talk, because when we go live, we want you live with us. So,
Thank you.
yes. Also, if you want to follow us on social media, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter at U3 Sports Talk. And we will be back on Facebook again at some point, but it's fine. We got multiple platforms you can follow us on. So yeah,
Right.
so definitely uh, we can. We definitely would like to connect with you all on social media. But yeah, we are going live. This is all about the breaking news of the last few hours. Cam Newton being released by the Patriots. What's next for the Patriots? I see True the King in the building. True, definitely got to get you in because I want to hear your thoughts about it. As the only Black Patriots fan I know. But no, I'm joking. I know like two. Uh, but yeah, no, definitely want to hear True the King's thoughts on it as well. But yeah, man, we definitely gotta get in. Gotta say, anti-social, who I was texting with earlier this morning, back and forth with this morning. He was right. He was right. Now again, as I've always said, even a garbage can gets a steak from time to time. So
Oh my gosh.
anti was right. So no, I'm joking. No, yeah, but no, Anti was definitely right. And yeah, so definitely, you got to, give him his just due for the one time he's been right um, about football. But anyway, no, just want to hear your thoughts, man. When you heard Cam was released, what
Right.
did you think?
Well, one, I think it was already it was written already, or it was written on the wall, or the you can see it coming. I didn't expect it to happen this soon.
Mhm.
We could talk about how much the press had to deal with that. People making certain comments that were outlandish and stupid. But other than that, though, not surprised. But I think this is a good opportunity for Cam to try and find himself. I don't understand why Bill Belichick would go all through this and then just cut him on the last day. I don't get that part. That's my only question. Why go through all this just to cut him on the last week, knowing he's your best quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, and I would say this, right? I mean, obviously, I think there's a couple things to factor in here. First thing is number one, anytime there's a quarterback competition or a supposed quarterback competition, um, the loser of the competition or the person who does not win the starting job often wants out.
Right.
If they were going to go to Mac Jones, if they were going to turn over to Mac Jones, then it made sense for the Patriots to let Cam go. Um, I think that's the first thing. I think the second thing is after the situation last week, with that whole story leaking about Cam missing a few days because of the misunderstanding with COVID and blah blah blah, all that stuff. Um, I think that was telling everybody the writing was on the wall. To Anti's point, that the writing was on the wall, because if you watch Cam during the preseason, Cam did not play badly. Cam actually played pretty well in the preseason, as did Mac Jones. So I think that was the second thing. The third thing is, and this is the part that people probably aren't talking about enough, where you think Cam is now in terms of his physical ability as a quarterback. I understand, he's not what he once was, when he was an MVP and stuff like that. But Cam still has star power because of his personality. It's Cam Newton. When Cam walks in the room, when Cam walks in the building, Cam is there. If you're the Patriots, do you want that in the way of Mac Jones trying to take over and be the starter and the young leader for your football team? I don't think you do. So I think it had less to do with what Cam did in camp and what Cam did in the preseason games, and more to do with, do you really want that big personality hanging around? Again, a guy who wants to start, who's been a starter, who's has success as a starter. Do you want him hanging around your young guy, and having that, not conflict, but just that elephant in the room, if you will?
Yeah.
So I think that's the other thing. And then the last thing too is, if we're being honest, the Patriots have been a certain way for the last 20 years with Tom Brady. The reason why Mac Jones fits so well is because he does what they like to do the last 20 years. So I think
Yeah.
it just makes sense. Yeah, exactly. So I just think it makes sense that, again, and Cam was not a perfect fit. When they went from Tom Brady to Cam Newton, it was like, is this going to really work? How's this going to fit? Is this really going to be, a good opportunity for Cam to resurrect his career? And, again, take away what Cam did last season, right? Because, again, I don't think any quarterback could have survived with those weapons and all of those opt-outs. Patriots had the most opt-outs of any team last year for COVID.
Yes.
The receivers were terrible. The tight ends were terrible. The offensive line was okay, but they basically were built around the running game. So you're talking about a lot of factors for why Cam probably didn't look as good as he could have looked last year. He looked better in camp and in preseason this year because the team is better, if we're being honest.
They have more. They have more continuity.
They have more continuity, but they got more talent, and and they brought a lot of talent in, and again, particularly bringing in a lot of guys on defense. They're built a certain way, so I just think that it's not necessarily fair to judge Cam on last season, because last season, again, is one of the big reasons why Tom Brady left. Um, and again, the writing. Yeah, I know the writing was on the wall. The last year Tom Brady was there, they just didn't have a lot of talent, as well. So, particularly on the offensive side of the football, skill position. So I just think that, there's a lot of things that, that factor in, there. And again, we really want to, definitely talk about it. Again, I was looking around, kind of, surveying the landscape. There are a few teams that I think could be interested in Cam, but there's one in particular that I think Cam would be the perfect fit for. Um, and again, the reality of it is, I think, Cam's not going to be a starter week one in the NFL. Anywhere he goes, he's not going to start week one. It's going to be a learning process for him and that team. So
Well, it's funny that you mentioned it, bro. Let me let us do some interaction as we are famous for in U3 Sports, because one thing we can do, maybe because it's the Army in us, but we can do a fucking PowerPoint show, can't we? ours is not as long and fucking dry. Let me tell you something. If you guys ever want to, all you kids that think they're going to college or high school and think your lectures are boring, nah, dog. Wait till you sit through a 65 page PowerPoint slide. Jeez, that's fucking boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me 1 second, Sean.
Yep.
Because I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on that. Definitely want to get everybody else's thoughts as far as saying, hey, where do you think he's going? So let me see if I can display this real quick. Give me 5 seconds. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. And SB, again, I don't think anybody I don't think there's a situation where Cam can walk in the door day one and start. I don't see that. Again, had he gotten in to training camp with another team, possibly, but going into, coming in where, again, the season starts, in 9 days. So, he's not going to go in somewhere in 9 days and be ready to start anywhere. I think that's just the reality. So yeah. Yeah.
So let's see here. All right. For those that don't know, this is the country of the United States of America. As you guys didn't know, just want to make sure that everybody's caught up on their geography and everything. So we got Cam Newton. Beast Gross is looking at it. He's saying he says Philly makes sense at first, but now Washington makes sense. That is huge, brother. That is a huge statement. What do you think the likelihood of that is happening, Sean? Excuse me.
So Washington, I don't see happening only because Ron Rivera has had a couple of opportunities to bring Cam in, and he didn't do it. I think, and if Washington were to have happened, it would have been last year as opposed to this year. So I don't think Washington is going to be a viable option. That was the first thought for me because of the Ron Rivera connection. But just thinking about it deeply, again, if Ron Rivera wanted to bring him in, he would have brought him in. He had 2 chances to bring him in, and he didn't. So, I don't see Washington as a viable option. And they really like Ryan Fitzpatrick, and they like Taylor Heineke as a developmental quarterback. So I just don't see it happening.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on there if you don't mind, though.
No, absolutely.
Everybody else says too as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I put the Raiders up there just because, after watching that shellacking by fucking Anti, I think the Raiders need all the help they can get.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the current Washington football team.
Yeah.
You want me to take it down?
No, it's fine. It's fine. They don't have a logo or a mascot, so it's fine. It's fine.
All right. So what's another place that come to the top off the top of your head?
So the place that I think makes the most sense.
Not your primary one. Just give me all your possibles.
Okay, so Philly could be interesting.
Right.
Even though they just traded for Gardner Minshew, so Philly
right.
Definitely could be interesting. The Houston Texans, could be interesting. Texans definitely be interesting. I would not, count them out with the Texans.
Texans, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't have their logo available.
Yeah. The Cowboys obviously would be interesting. Not having a real backup. The Cowboys would definitely be interesting. Not knowing, exactly what's up with Dak. You know, and their backup situation is awful, if we're being
Yes.
honest. So so yeah. Um, Denver, it could be interesting, even though again,
Right.
it would. I think it would only be if they were trying to trade Drew Lock. I don't think they are. Um, yeah, so Denver could definitely be interesting.
Does
Um,
anybody have, does anybody have any suggestions in the chat as well, or no?
yeah, yeah. Also, I'll tell you this: the Falcons is the one for me. That's the one. That's
Okay.
the one team that I think he should end up in. It is the Atlanta Falcons. For a couple reasons, which I can get into a little bit later. Also, Cisco, and I just thought of one.
Sure.
Um, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened right there. I'm sorry,
Yeah. No.
internet.
No.
I didn't
No.
mean
No.
to do that.
No. No. That was a jam back in the day.
I know,
Shout
but
out
it
to.
shouldn't. It came out involuntarily. Like.
Yeah. No. No. It happens like that sometimes.
Oof, fuck,
That's
that was horrible.
that's how it goes. But yeah, Tennessee could be interesting as well. Um, yeah, I would definitely say Tennessee. Um, yeah,
Tennessee. All right. Is there anybody else giving any other suggestions in the chat?
yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. Stand-up business, Arrested Development. I'm glad your stock just went up a half a point because you knew what Arrested Development was.
Oh, Colts. Mike says Mike
Mike
Sampson.
says the Colts. Yeah, that could be interesting. They don't really like black quarterbacks in Indiana, but okay, it's fine. Uh,
Yeah, we got to keep him to one sport only.
yeah. Um,
That's
and and again, while again, I don't always agree with Max Kellerman. He brought up one interesting one this morning as well. He said Miami. Um, if
Miami.
yes, if the rumors about trading for Deshaun Watson are true, and I'm inclined to believe that they are, if you're going to lose Deshaun Watson potentially, having Cam as a backup, even though they have Jacoby Brissett, who I know can start and win some games for them. He mentioned Miami, so I don't think Miami's a strong possibility, but I understood the logic to a degree.
So
Um,
let me find my. So we said Miami. Let me
yeah,
find my Miami Dolphins one.
yeah,
Besides, who would want to go to Miami, right?
yeah, exactly. It's Miami.
Well, unless I'm not gonna say that because that's Big Mike's motherfucking. No, that's his team, right?
Yeah, that's Mike's team. So you know, South is saying backup for the Bills. They like Trubisky a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
they did.
yeah, they like him a lot. So I don't know. I don't know if the Bills are viable. And he played well for for them in the preseason. T Street staying the Steelers. Um,
Mm.
Steelers could be interesting. They like Mason Rudolph. I don't know why, but they like Mason Rudolph for some reason. They just paid him. They just gave him an extension of worth $5 million a year. So I don't know if they would be interested, but given that Big Ben's on his last leg, we'll see. So yeah, so we got some interesting teams, that we're thinking about out here. Um, but yeah, we
Find out
definitely
the logo for Tennessee. So I'm missing Pittsburgh. Who else am I missing?
Pittsburgh, and I think that was it.
All right, let me find the Pittsburgh one real quick, and then we'll. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Not hard.
yeah.
So why wouldn't the Raiders be looking at him either?
John Gruden.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not a John Gruden quarterback. Yeah, yeah, and they like Mariota a lot. That's why they gave a backup quarterback a no trade clause. So, which is unheard of. So, yeah,
That's nuts.
yeah. So yeah. So hey man, you want to get some folks in? Let's get some people.
Let's get in, bro. Let's drop it.
All right, man. We're gonna drop this link.
I'm on map.
Yeah, come on in. Let's talk about it. True. Make sure you come in because definitely want to hear your thoughts about it. It's your team. That was your quarterback. That was your quarterback. And
You
you
guys
know,
are coming game. That's
yeah, I
awesome.
know. So yeah, so definitely want to hear True's thoughts on it. Um, yeah, Anti, I don't know if you're in with us, but definitely want to hear your thoughts on your take on it as well. Uh, yeah, so yeah, man, we're just talking Cam Newton, talking about what this thing is going to look like. So we got True in the building.
True in the building.
Yeah, True. Let's see, we got. Yeah,
Jeremy,
Hello, bro. Hello.
salute everybody. Salute.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, True?
Taj is in the building. Taj, bro. Sound
Your
man.
U3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I
U3
know.
afternoon, baby.
That's right. This is
What's
called
going on?
U3 Afternoon Delight. That's right. Afternoon Delight.
Oh, U3 retirement section.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
crazy news, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, Cam gonna go somewhere though. He's
I mean,
going
look,
somewhere.
hey, man, Cam didn't want to be a backup, man. That's how I look at it. I mean, I don't see. I know Bill probably want him to be the backup still, but Cam probably like, listen, man, that ain't happening. So that's why I think happened.
But we got to look at it like this. We knew once Carolina got rid of him, it really wasn't nobody. He really wasn't sought out to going into that season. So to revisit where he pretty much didn't do that much
Hold on.
last year, whether being undercover protocol or not, he didn't make a big case for the market to want him. So it's like everybody knew he's not a Patriot quarterback, and he was really coming in to be a filler. He don't really represent what y'all been about the past 20 years. It wasn't gonna be nothing but a filler job. So nothing really surprised me about that. And my biggest issue always with Cam is his leadership. His leadership, because most teams want their quarterback to look a certain part and to act a certain part. And I'm not saying it's always bad with every organization, but I just don't see him as a Patriot quarterback for the future, or even like 2 or 3 year term. He was just gonna be a filler till they figure out what they really want
Yeah,
to
of
do.
course he is. Of course he's a filler. I don't think leadership. I don't think really was the main. The problem is that Cam is not the same Cam that he was in the past, And the thing is, like I said, I don't. The reason why I think he got released is because I don't think he wants to be a backup. Because, I mean, let's just be honest. I don't see Bill Belichick just releasing Cam just for just because Mac Jones got the starting job. We don't need you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Brian Hoyer, he didn't want Brian Hoyer to be the backup quarterback for the Patriots. Let's be real. Like, he didn't want that to happen. But hey, Cam and probably talk, say, hey, it is what it is.
And people out here trying to put the narrative that he getting blackballed. But if he actually doing what you say, no, he wants to be a starter. So everybody don't want him to be a future starter for their team, especially if they feel like they got a younger quarterback. And they said this is that he's kind of catching on to the offense a little bit better than Cam. That's what's been rumored out there, and he's more accurate than Cam. And we know it has been veteran players that have came into the New Orleans system. I mean, into the New England system and struggled with some of the variances of how they run their offense.
Right. And the thing is about Mac Jones is reason why he's a starter. He's shown he catched up on that offense pretty quick. So
yeah, so you think Cam has to be released?
I think because I don't see Bill just releasing him just because Mac got the starting position.
You don't see Bill Belichick releasing somebody that he does not
No,
need?
but why? Listen,
I know what you said. I agree.
Hold up, anything can happen where Mac Jones can miss some games. This is a long season, 17 games. We don't know anything can happen, right? To having somebody like Cam in your roster, you just released him. It didn't make. I mean, I'm not saying okay. We've seen him release people before, but I mean, you still had him on your roster still, and that was the plan. I mean, we all knew that's the plan, regardless of having two of those dudes on the roster the whole year. So, regardless, Because nobody, I mean, I think Cam wanted to be the starter. Honestly, I think he said he wanted to be a starter. So
I think Bill Belichick presented with the opportunity, and we can release you or we can keep you. He probably said, "Release me,"
yeah,
because
that's what I'm saying.
like a viable
Because he
first.
don't
I
want
don't
Brian
think they
Hoyer.
would have done that.
Salute,
We
I
don't.
think
salute.
it came down.
So
I think it really kind of came down to this. He didn't. Cam didn't. I mean, Cam played and separate himself so much from the rookie.
Yeah.
But the leadership, because I was listening, they were talking about how he's showing some of those leadership qualities to where, you know what, we got a young guy, let's go on and put him in there. He's showing a level of leadership. He's catching on. Let's go on and play him. That's how I feel. What's going on?
Mm.
hey, true. Does Alabama run a similar offense to Belichick?
There's no
Oh,
damn hell to the no. They don't.
no, they don't. They don't want us. They don't want us.
Nah,
It's not
Hell to
similar
the
to me.
no.
It's. I mean, it has a. I mean, Nick Saban and Bill has like the same philosophy. Like
Some of the same
they're real
concept.
close. Yeah, they have the same philosophy, but the offense not the same. I mean, that's the thing. Like Bill talked to Nick Saban. Nick Saban, he gave him the. You know what I mean? Hey, he gave him the cosign. So, I mean,
the thing about the Patriots have always been about creating mismatches, whether they go heavy
right.
personnel or more of a skill personnel. If you always
Depending on
watch
who
the
the plays,
Patriots, they'll come out.
depending who, right. Like
Now
depending
they
who the
always,
Patriots
whether it's in
plays. Yeah, it's a adaptable playbook. Depending who the Patriots play, that's what the game plan gonna be. Like what you
So,
see one
yeah.
week, it'll be the same you see in the next week.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So to answer your question, they don't run. It's not apples to apples. A lot of the concepts Alabama runs, New England
Yeah.
runs. Brian Dable, remember, was with the Patriots in the
Right.
early 2000s, and then he went to Alabama, was the offensive coordinator. So they run some, not all, but some similar
Yeah.
concepts offensively. So there are some similarities. Yes. Yeah.
But I just think me and Sean was texting earlier about it, and I had told him I think Cam done in the NFL, bro. And maybe it's his time, bro. Go be an entertainer, man.
I would say he done being a starter. So if
Yeah,
he
he
I
could be a
doing
think
that
he
to
I
backup.
think
Right.
he's
himself,
done,
he really
period.
blackballing himself.
Nah, he could be
I
a
don't.
backup.
Some
He
can
ain't
open
bad
up for
enough
him to
being a
play.
If he
But
starter.
you
wants
just
to.
basically
He can
said
be a bad.
He is done being a starter.
gave him to be that, and he just said release me, right? Which I don't really think that would
No,
happen.
I'm just yeah. I mean, if that's his
I,
mindset,
But
then hey,
but
I mean,
yeah,
I
I
don't
see
really
what
think
True
that's
said
what
because
happened.
he probably don't want to be a backup there after he, was in competition with
Right.
Mac Jones and stuff. He probably
Right.
he might want to go
I,
somewhere else and be a
I don't
backup. He
believe
just
that
probably want
because
to be a
Cam
backup there.
knows, like, bro, you ain't done nothing in the league in years. You have to prove yourself.
I
So,
mean,
like,
But
Bill,
you
yeah,
put
Bill
your
didn't
number one
promise it. Bill
quarterback.
didn't, yeah, if Bill
If you
didn't
the
sit
number
per
two
se, he
quarterback on the
automatically be the
league on
starter.
the
But that's how
on a roster, you be that number two.
But those players, man. But they had that delusional,
Cam don't have the
they
consistency
always
that
think they can
the
do it.
rest of
So
the season,
Hey,
though, bro.
I see Kurt Warner be a backup for Eli Manning though. So I mean, I mean,
yeah, but remember too. I
But
mean, I think that what happens, right? And let's just think about it for a second, right? If you're a veteran quarterback and you've been a starter and you've still shown that you can start in the NFL, and again,
Somebody
I'm not
echo.
talking about
Somebody
Cam
echo.
last season.
That's Mike
Somebody got
Sanson.
got
background
a
noise.
hard echo
Somebody
too.
echoing.
Yeah, Mike Sanson.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on, we got to mute Mike. Yeah, so if you've shown you can be a starter in the NFL, I think at a certain point, your thing is okay. Yeah, I understand. For New England, Cam's a bridge quarterback. They've decided, okay, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go to Matt. We're going to go ahead and go to the rookie. I don't think he wants to stay in that particular situation. He wants to go somewhere where at some point he could compete to be the starter. I don't think Cam minds competing to be the starter. But New England, once they said we're going to Mac, that was basically saying, yeah, it's Mac's team. You're not going to start here. That's why he would say, okay, it's okay to release me. So I think that's really what it comes
Yeah,
down to. That's why when you're
yeah,
looking around the NFL, let's look at the situations around the league. Where could he compete to start? Not this season or not walking in the door tomorrow, but at some point, where could he compete to start?
right. Yeah, because like I think because Bill, even like I said, him in the backup, Bill could have still used Cam in certain situations. So like because like I said, Cam still he's a talented football player. So he didn't just cut him just to cut him. Like
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a decision on both parties. And hey,
And you got to
Bill ain't
think
going.
about it. Why would you?
You
Why
look
would
at
you
the.
want to? Why would you
I was
want a
about to
potential
say.
sovereign veteran quarterback behind a young rookie
No, I'm
if you think
saying
that might happen?
it looked like the NFL is going young on these quarterbacks, bro.
Yeah,
That's
So
yeah, of
true.
like,
course.
I mean,
Well,
look,
I
I
mean, it
mean,
depends on
look,
the
look,
team, but it depends on the team. I mean, obviously, there's a team in Tampa whose
yeah,
quarterback is 79 years old, so
yeah, and that nigga
there's not
still winning
two.
Super Bowls too. Fuck you, mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
well, I
anomaly
mean,
though.
yeah, that,
That's
yeah,
anomaly
that's
though.
not,
Tom Brady's
yeah,
an
that's
anomaly.
not, yeah, that's not average.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
It
not.
ain't even an anomaly. It's never been done. It
I
ain't
mean,
even an anomaly.
you
No,
got like I said. I mean,
it's been done. It's
Kurt
been
Warner
done.
was old. Kurt Warner was
Yeah,
old. I mean,
Ain't no quarterback
no,
won two Super
Aaron
Bowls in
Rodgers old.
40 and was
John
still
Elway was
considered a
old
top
too.
10 quarterback.
John Elway did it.
John Elway,
John Elway wasn't no 40 years old winning no Super Bowl, nigga.
Two Super Bowls.
yeah.
I
So,
don't,
He was.
I don't
so
think
yeah,
Elway won 40.
I think he was 38 or 39.
He
That's still old though. That's still
Yes,
old though, man.
This
Like
dude
that's not.
44. He almost in his mid 40s,
We're
man.
not debating. We're not debating on the age. I'm just. That's still old as old though, man. Like I mean, I just
But
want to slice it. I mean,
Sean said he might go to Atlanta. I don't know. I don't think the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the league just done passed Cam up, bro. I think he was on his last leg with the Patriots, and now I think his raps now, dog. I could be wrong. I hope
And
I'm wrong. I hope he get another opportunity, but I doubt it.
remember Anton, when he got released from Carolina, it wasn't no big market for him. Nobody wanted him. The Patriots took him.
South. But you gotta make sure you put some context around the narrative. The reason why there was no market was because there was concern about Cam's health. He wasn't healthy the last
his
year.
shoulder.
He missed
But
14
but he
games.
didn't make no case for himself
Hold on. But with South,
last year
how
though.
can you make a case? How can you make a case for yourself when you're literally rehabbing from 2 surgeries?
He
That's
didn't
what.
have an
That's
off
why there was no
season. He
It
didn't have a
market.
still
training
put
camp.
concern up.
Hold on. Your rehab is South. Let me give you another example. Right, Drew Brees. When Drew Brees left San Diego, there were only two teams that were interested in him.
The Dolphins and Saints.
Why? Because he was coming off the shoulder injury. There was concerns
But you,
about his shoulder. There was not a. It wasn't a
yeah.
big market for him. So when you're coming off a major injury like that, there's not going to be a bunch of teams beating down your door. Particularly when you're talking
But
about the one thing that a quarterback has to have, which is a shoulder.
but sure, this not a parallel.
The
Drew
parallel.
Brees was younger than Drew. Can I say this? Drew Brees was younger than Cam, number one, and we know what type of quarterback Cam is.
Okay,
Normally, the
and
quarterbacks that play his style of ball don't have a long shelf life. That's why
and
I still
okay,
concerned
so
about
so
Lamar Jackson.
so I'm getting ready to push back on that because if you look at Cam's last year as a starter, a full time starter, right? They were 6-2. He was completing 69% of his passes under Norv Turner in that Norv Turner offense. He was
But
becoming a pocket quarterback. He
but you
hurts his
just said,
shoulder.
what did you
Hold on,
just say
Sal.
prior?
Hold on, Sal. He hurts his shoulder. They go in the tank. The next year he comes back. He's clearly not himself, and he has a foot injury as well, and he misses 14 games.
Oh,
Even
that's
last
why I
year though,
thought that nigga was out of the league for 2 years.
Yeah.
Even last year though, he had one of his best seasons when it comes to completing balls, being accurate. So I
Yeah, and
mean,
also, South. Don't forget, nobody knew what Drew Brees was up at that point either.
yeah,
He happened to have a decent year prior to him
yeah, he
being.
was questionable as being a franchise
Thank you.
quarterback.
Yeah,
But he was a younger player. He wasn't.
yeah, but
There wasn't a lot
Hold
of
up. First
questions.
of all, there was no questions behind Drew Brees,
Yes,
dog.
it
That was
There
gonna be
was
the
was
question
franchise.
about
behind Drew
Drew
Brees.
Brees.
That
Hold
was
on,
gonna
There
hold
was
be
on,
the
Drew
behind Drew
Brees.
franchise
Brees.
Hold on,
quarterback,
hold on,
man.
hold on, hold
yes,
on,
it
hold
was,
on, hold on.
bro.
Drew
If
Brees,
he wouldn't have got
Anti,
hurt, he was gonna be their
anti.
franchise
he
quarterback. Don't
made
do
he
that.
made
Anti,
short.
anti.
Didn't nobody
They
want to do
don't.
this,
They
bro?
had anti. They had the number one pick that year. They draft Eli 2 years before Drew Brees
Philip,
leaves. They draft
yeah,
Eli Manning. There
and
was
traded
But
questions
him
about
for
hold
Drew
up, you
Brees. That's
just said before Drew got hurt. That's the only reason that
no,
formed.
no, no,
He
no,
was
no.
very
Drew
questioned before
played.
that.
They
Also,
had the number one pick. He played. He did not play well. That's why they drafted Eli Manning. They had the number one
Drew
pick in the
Brees made
draft.
short quarterbacks pop. Like he changed that narrative on short quarterback, man. He was questioned, man.
Right.
Like, come on, man. We're not
Nobody
doing that,
talk.
man.
Man, wasn't
Nobody.
no
Nobody
question,
while Drew
bro.
Brees
He
was
Out
in San
there.
was
Diego.
questioned.
Nobody while Drew Brees in San Diego was talking about Drew Brees as a Hall of Famer. The narrative
Nah,
about Drew Brees.
but Hold up, you better go check Drew Brees stats in San
Don't
Diego.
do that.
They're
Don't
not.
do it.
No,
Don't
Drew
shoot.
Brees was not
Don't shoot
even
him,
on
bro.
the
But
radar
no
as
bad
being
He
quarterback.
don't.
Like
Nobody say he
He
wasn't a horrible
wasn't great.
quarterback, but
you guys
he
nobody.
was having some decent years in San Diego.
Nah,
What are y'all talking about?
I didn't say he
then why they
was
drafted
terrible. I
him
said
then?
he wasn't
Hey,
great. Why you draft Eli Manning and trade with Phillip Rivers?
What up, B?
Well, first of all, Eli said he wasn't coming there. Eli said he
Yeah,
was
that's
going to New York.
Mac
Could be.
Jones. I told y'all. I
Hey,
told
bro,
y'all.
B.
You
Who?
ain't tell nobody nothing, nigga. I was the only
Who?
nigga that said he was gonna get released.
No, I just told you he gonna be the best quarterback out of that draft, bro.
Who gonna be the
Let's
best
go.
quarterback?
Mac Jones is. I'm
Mac
That
telling
boy
10,
you
ain't gonna
nigga.
be
now.
no the fuck out of here.
All
Mac
right.
10.
I'm gonna
Just
tell
because
you
he's
right
starting
now.
don't mean nothing.
I'm
Mac
telling you.
Dons.
I'm
Mac
telling you right
Dons.
now. Hey,
Mac Dons.
I don't believe Cam got cut or asked to be released because he wasn't the starter. I actually believe this was based on him getting that COVID and Belichick's crazy ways. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was
That's,
part of. I think that was part of it though. I think it was part of it though.
I think they
Once he
played a big part in that
yeah
bullshit,
I think
bro.
once he
Riley
and,
Williams he played a part
and
in
I
it.
bet you that's why he asked to be released because he was
And
doing
if I ain't mistaken, Cam not vaccinated either.
right. And
Yeah.
so for
So
Belichick,
just to let you guys know that COVID-19 still affects those that are vaccinated. But okay.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
know. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick.
That's why I get that motherfucker.
It is earlier. Tony Dungy tweeted. He was tweeting about Cam getting released, and I asked him in the tweet. I said, "Coach, how much weight will teams with high COVID vaccination numbers among its players consider bringing in recently released players who are unvaccinated?" And he responded, he said it will be a big factor. Non-vaccinated players will be at much greater risk to miss time, even if they never get the virus. If they just come close contact to someone who tests positive, I think teams will be hesitant to pick up players who have not been vaccinated. So I think there are
That's crazy.
ways. Well,
It's crazy
no,
how much this shit is still playing a part in people's lives, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, can we start removing some teams and we can go around the panel real quick as far as teams most likely. Let's narrow it down to two at least.
You
hold
can
on.
take the Raiders off there now.
You mean T's from Cam?
Yes, for team, and it could be either potentially backup role and or a
Cam.
primary role.
Okay, Cam ain't finna get on no team. If Cam is
No,
smart,
I don't think he getting on no team neither.
if
Okay.
Cam is smart, his days in the NFL are over. He sits home until someone gets injured, and he
Facts.
gets a phone call. Because if you take that backup role, if you take it, you'll never be a starter again.
Yeah.
Or where do you think? So
No, I don't think
Ask
it's.
Byron
I don't
Leftwich.
think that nigga
Man,
gonna be a starter again.
It's not a
Period.
future for him being a starter again, man.
Well, no, bro. What I'm saying is,
You don't want to decrease your opportunity.
injuries happen, bro. Injuries
Right.
happen.
longer
They
season
do.
too.
And you got a better chance as Cam Newton to be sitting at home to get a job on a team and earn whatever you can than to go accept a backup role and not have that opportunity.
Oh,
That's all.
so you kind of have some leverage
Well, so
Yeah.
here,
today.
Bees, I understand what you're saying. Fundamentally, here's where I would question it. I think if he goes somewhere and they have an established guy, a guy who they either either a rookie they just drafted that they want to get on the field and see on the field, or they have a veteran guy, and again I'm gonna say like Dak, for example, in Dallas, who they're heavily invested in. I think that would be the case. But if he went somewhere where again you might have a guy in the last year of his situation, and again, that's why one of the reasons why I thought Atlanta would be a viable option. He could go to Atlanta, sit behind Matt Ryan for a year, and then if they move on from Matt Ryan, they open up the opportunity for Cam to compete to start.
No,
So I think, yeah,
I understand what you're saying, but I mean let's look at it from he's damaged goods. And as far as opportunities goes in the NFL, he's probably got all the opportunities he's going to get to be the starter. His only hope is to replace a starter and prove that he can start for another team.
mm,
If he goes and sits anywhere, that nigga ain't ever seeing the field ever again. He done. Once you grab that clipboard, ask Joe Flacco, you finished.
Yeah, but
But
see,
B,
Flacco, I think was a different situation, slightly different. But and also too, let's think about Kurt Warner when he went to Arizona, right?
I mean,
Like,
he don't have Kurt Warner skills.
now, I mean, I'm not saying the skill sets are the same. I'm saying that a lot of times it's the opportunity. It's again, you just get another shot. Now, again, I don't think Cam is going to have limitless opportunities at this point. I think he's got to be strategic about if he goes somewhere where he goes. But it's not going to be these limitless opportunities like, well, this team cut me, so I'm going to just go here. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be on 7 more teams.
No,
I think
right.
Let me ask you a question. So you don't think there's any potential of him landing anywhere this year in any type of role?
I think if Cam,
I think there ain't nobody picking him up this year.
I think if he accepts any role at this point, he's finished.
Right.
He's
Except
better
any role
off
this year. What you saying?
Yep. He's better off going home, healing whatever ails him, and working on his game, and waiting for an opportunity. Because you could have a Carson Wentz situation come up in week 6. They'll call him. He's got a better.
I don't know.
He's got a better chance to get picked up next year if he can put tape on. If he can put play on film. If he's not putting play on film, he's finished.
But I don't know how you do that sitting at home, Bees. That's the only issue.
That's the thing. I think if he goes sit home, he's done.
What do you mean? If you go sit, you done. If you accept the backup role, you done.
But at least you still in the league, though.
My only thing is I don't think teams are going to look at it and say Cam accepted a backup role. He can never be a starter again.
I think that's exactly how they look at it.
But no, because let's think about it for a second, right? I mean, again, we've seen guys who've gone somewhere to be a backup and end up being the starter and doing well as a starter there, and then starting there for some time after.
But that is the exception to the rule.
Yeah, that's why
the rule is once you grab the clipboard, you're finished. That's the rule. He's not extraordinary. He doesn't have Kurt Warner pocket. He's got none of that.
Yeah.
But Bees, let me say this. I kind of disagree because I feel like it's more realistic that he can stay in the league longer, get a team to buy in, that he could be a backup quarterback than trying to bump around and see if he can get an opportunity to start.
Because if he goes sit his ass at home, it's
if he can tell a franchise, say, I could be a quarterback, a good backup quarterback, that might give him extra 2 or 3 more years in the league versus trying to bump around and prove that you could be the man.
What makes you think Cam Newton, as great as he is, will accept that demotion?
I'm not.
You ain't got no choice at this point, dog.
No, you do.
That man need that check.
No, he don't need that check.
Cam done already made all his money. He ain't broke.
Cam don't need that check. That's my point.
Cam don't need no bread.
Listen, sources close to me told me that he's finna enroll.
Cam, your sources is lying.
All I'm saying is Cam Newton is a proud dude, man. And some of these dudes ain't okay with just hanging on to be on the team. We would want to do that.
Right.
He may not want to do that. So if you look at it from his vantage point, if I can't play, I don't need to be on your team.
Well, but I guess the thing is, Bees, when he went to the league,
if that's his mind frame, he need to go ahead and retire. Then.
That has to be his mind frame, though, right? Let me.
That's his mind frame. Going to retire then.
That's every professional.
Exactly. Cisco, tell him.
Right.
That's their mindset, bro.
Cisco. Some dudes are cool with being a backup. Some dudes are cool with being a backup.
Nah, but that could be people's case initially. But everybody who played the sport that long, bro, Cam gonna be at the crib, but he's gonna get the messing being around the game. It's hard for players to just quit cold turkey like that.
Yeah, man, you just can't. He
ain't gonna quit. The game gonna quit his ass.
Oh, no, ask Cisco this. Cisco, you were E8.
E7.
Yeah. All right. We're going to send you back in the service tomorrow, and we want you to be an E4.
Fuck you.
Really?
Exactly. That's exactly what you're asking him to do.
Yeah, man. Lower paycheck, lower responsibility.
Yeah.
He not worrying about money though, man.
I
understand what y'all saying about his pride, But I'm saying like this: if that nigga go sit at home, bro, it's rap. So if he don't take if you think his mind frame is, oh, I'm not no backup, well, you might as well go and retire, dog, because you ain't
Hey,
getting no starting job in the NFL, dog.
let me
There's
ask
a
you a
lot of people
question.
that think that,
You
bro.
ain't that nigga no more.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. What did Cam post when he got that 5-day suspension from the team?
What that loyalty shit, I heard that wasn't even about the Bucks.
No,
I heard he
what
was
did
going through
he
some shit at
post?
home.
He posted, "I am the starting quarterback for the Patriots."
Oh, I
That's
didn't.
what
I
he
don't know.
posted. No, I'm telling you
Oh,
right
that's.
now. 2-3
Oh, he
days
posted
ago,
that where?
he posted it online. I
I
am
never
the
heard Cam say,
I
"I am
I
the starting quarterback."
yes, he
That's what
did.
got his ass cut then.
Oh,
Shit.
I'm about
Right
to say that what got his ass cut then.
now, he
Shit,
got cut.
I ain't heard
But
him say that.
well, no, he said this 4 days ago. That tells you
On
his
what?
mindset, bro.
Uh,
On what he said
Cam,
he
he got
said.
leadership issues, man. He make bad moves, just like
That's not.
Jameis Winston do
No,
crazy stuff,
no,
man. Why
no.
would you
That's
do
not.
that
Hey,
though?
Sean,
That's not. That's not true though.
But
Because again,
but
everybody in the Patriots organization in the locker room has raved about what kind of leader he is. I don't think it's a leadership issue. I think Bees' point, and I understand Bees' point psychologically. If you're a starting quarterback, you think, you prepare, you act like a starting quarterback. It doesn't mean that you're starting, but that's how you operate because you always stay in that mind frame, that mindset. So even if he went somewhere and were a backup, he's going to prepare as if he's the starter. He may not be getting starters reps, but he's going to prepare and gain and be part of the game plan, all that stuff like he's a starter because
but
that's who he is.
but
Hey,
wasn't that a
hey,
comment of
Sean.
entitlement? And Belichick ain't
I'm
about is
just
implement no culture of entitlement. Even the great Tom Brady didn't even bring that energy out when he played with them. Ain't
Right, but
nobody.
yeah,
You
but
got to work with each other.
he's an anomaly. He's one of the few that would do that, right?
right.
So like so
And
he put that shit for 20 fucking years, and he fucking
yeah,
said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
and notice what Cam said. Don't feel sorry for me. So
Right,
that
Right.
lets you in to his psyche,
right.
right?
That
And
what
again, we
Cam
got
do. He need to get his ass off social media. He need to do too much social media for me,
Who?
dog. Cam.
Like,
Look,
that's
man.
what he
Everything
finna
don't have you don't have
transition
to put
to his
everything
media though.
on your social
Hey,
media,
hey,
dog.
nigga,
Like
you got a job and you on social media?
nigga, okay, do you see me posting about my motherfucking job on social media?
I hear you talk about it all the time, nigga.
You a motherfucking lie, nigga. You won't hear me post. You won't hear, I don't tweet about shit about nigga that I do,
No,
nigga. Fuck you
I
mean.
wish Cam
I
well.
don't
And to me, I just hope the brother is in a good mental place. You know what I'm saying? To me, I hope and pray that that brother is in a mental place where he can walk away from the game. Because if he's got to go do this backup thing, he's going to have issues. He's going to have psychological issues. And I think a lot of these brothers that try to hold on, that tells you where their psyche is. Because when it's time to go, it's time to go, right, Cisco?
I'm about to
You got
Hey,
to
I
go.
bro.
get my bread,
But I
nigga. I'm
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
done,
some
nigga.
people just love the game though.
yeah. But those are the people that you see holding on for too long, right? Those are the
Go
players
be
we
a
talk
coach.
about. We end up talking about saying, "Well, I don't know why he's in there. He can't do nothing. He played too long." There are hundreds of star athletes that fit that mold. Wouldn't you say that, Stan Business? But
I
that
don't.
can't
But
let
to
go.
me
They have to
personally, as an
play.
athlete, I don't think there's a such thing as holding on too long. I mean, from a
yes, it
observer
is.
standpoint and a fan standpoint, you could say that. But to them, they trying to get as much as they can get out the game because it's a real love for some people.
Right. And then, like I
Well,
said, the military is a real love for me. That's why I was in it for 24 years, bro. I'm still trying to unwind that shit. Right. So imagine a guy who's his whole life has been a starter, has been the number one guy in high school, middle school, grade school, whatever, number one guy in college, number one guy
that,
in a professional
But
sport making
that ain't
Okay,
true,
hold up. Didn't
Cisco.
but
Cam
you
That
come
know
off
ain't
the
true.
bench in
but
college?
so what?
He was
Yeah, he
playing
was a
behind
Cam
Sam
backup
come off
for
the
Darnold
real.
bench in
on
college?
that 1 year in
In
Florida.
Yeah, but he was
Florida.
But see,
behind too,
what
though.
Cisco
But
is
he would have
saying
started.
is
He would have
true.
started. He
But
would
I'm
have started. He would have started next year too, bro. It wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. But he was their number one recruit. I guarantee you that.
No, what
but
Cisco,
we
what you're
know.
saying has validity to it. I'm just saying once he gets, you feel me, home, and
Mhm.
stuff starts to settle in, he's gonna start missing the game, bro. Because that's usually how it
Oh,
goes in
oh, no,
professional
no
athletes.
doubt. But I would tell
But
you, from a leadership standpoint, he comes out looking better, not joining another team.
And I agree with you. I think he should just stay and tell his agents to keep him posted and just wait for a call from somebody that gets injured.
Yeah,
But hold on.
if he wants to up his chances, though, he has. I don't say he
But how,
has. He has
how
to
would that
He ain't got no
benefit
choice
him?
but to do that right now, though.
Yeah,
I don't think
The
nobody
season about
wants
to
that
start.
nigga, man.
How would it benefit him?
No, I was saying like how would it benefit him to stay at home and possibly come mid-season? And last year, that proved with him catching COVID and him being behind the eight ball that
he didn't
he
catch COVID.
didn't perform.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he
He
catch
catch
COVID.
COVID
He
last
did
year.
catch COVID.
Last season he did. Last season.
Well,
Last season.
here's what I say. If football is your craft, when you go home, you still do your craft. This is his livelihood.
Right.
But what I'm talking about is from a mental standpoint. If you got questions about are you a good leader or are you mentally stable, I'm telling you right now, a motherfucker that can't play a starter's position who keeps holding on to me is no different than an alcoholic or a gambler. That's all I'm saying.
I would agree with you if he don't want to accept that role. Yeah, I agree with you. Because some great players
Accepting
very
that
small
role,
people accepting.
accepting that role means you can't let go. Sometimes the hardest decisions are letting go of things it's time to move on from. It shows
Right.
I
maturity.
still kind of disagree. If you know that if
Palmer though, look at Carson Palmer, right? He didn't want to be a fucking a Cincinnati Bengal anymore. So what did he do? He fucking retired, sat at home, got a job with the Cardinals, and was successful while he was there. If Cam Newton can do that same, and he was an older quarterback too. So if Cam Newton can do the same thing, I think Bees is right in that sense.
Well,
Yeah,
now,
remember those Cisco.
but y'all
Remember
keep,
he went to
but y'all
Oakland. He got
keep,
traded to Oakland first, and was a
Right.
dumpster fire.
That's what I'm saying. Though. He was
Yeah.
traded to Oakland, didn't work out, which is obvious, right?
Well,
And then he ended up going to, but like I said, there's still life after
I
that.
think Anti's right. Let's say the dude got a 5% chance of getting a job in the league, and going home ain't no different.
well, as fuck.
So Bees, you're saying he's at home this year, next year, wait for a phone call, right?
no, I say if he go home this year, go ahead and retire, man.
So which is there anybody out there that has a team that two teams out there that they will be willing, quote unquote, air quotes here, to bet where Cam lands at?
I don't know, but I just seen, because I look at it like this. We just seen Gardner Minshew get traded to the Eagles, bro. Like, and so you mean to tell me Gardner Minshew right now is a better quarterback than Cam Newton?
No, but that would happen before him getting cut too.
But I'm saying though, like that's what I'm saying. Like Gardner Minshew is still in the league. Is he a better quarterback than Cam right now?
Probably not.
No.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, is he a better quarterback?
Hell no.
But
it might not be a better fit for a team.
That's exactly my point.
You can't do what you're doing because each one of these teams, this happened today. For someone to pick him up to now, they have to completely have a new vision, and that's poor on the franchise. If they have to go get Cam Newton now, that is not a good sign. So
I understand what you guys.
The best thing for him is
stay your ass at home.
Take his ass at home because the only team that's gonna want him is a team that ain't going nowhere anyway.
I'm kind of confused because he ain't got no choice but to do that right now anyway.
No,
the season about to start.
He could probably get a backup role if he really wanted it. He could probably get one. But
so you think he should go home and pull a test of verdict?
Like I'm not gonna lie, I know the perfect situation for him, but I don't think they're gonna go get him. I would love to see him with Mike Tomlin.
No, that's why I think he should be in Pittsburgh.
That's not a good situation for him.
Bullshit, Mike Tomlin. I think he would be a perfect fit with Mike Tomlin.
Bro, they are not.
They took in Mike Vick.
They're not going to bring Cam Newton in when they got Dwayne Haskins. They're not going to do
that. And Mason Rudolph.
They're not doing that.
Yeah, Haskins a bum.
I don't think now one of them quarterbacks is better than Cam Newton.
You're right, but
no disagreement.
They're looking long term, bro.
Yeah. And I just, again, Bees makes a good point, right? if you bring Cam Newton in today and you say, "Hey, Cam, you're coming in today. We're going to make you our starter," you got to completely, more than likely, change up what you do in order to fit what Cam does well into your system. So I don't see a team doing
And
that
hope he stay
today.
healthy.
You say what?
And hope he stay healthy in the whole process
Right,
and style he like to play.
right. I mean, and again, the last season, besides getting the COVID, he was healthy.
Yeah,
So yeah, he
you're
wasn't.
right.
Yeah,
He has zero leverage, Sean.
yeah,
Zero leverage. But if
yeah,
he's at home and you need him, now he has leverage. He
yeah.
has to
I
have
just don't.
leverage.
The only
I,
thing that
I
scares me with him, I'm sorry, Sal. The only thing that scares me with him going home and staying there for so long is some guys go
Gonna get
home
rusty.
and never come back.
Gonna get
Uh,
rusty.
I get why Bees is saying that because he if he really want to have any leverage or situation having being a starter, yes. But I'm just saying this. I think he would have a even longer tenure, showing that he could be a backup than doing that though. Bees.
no,
That's
I'm
true.
not. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying it's if you accept that tenure, you have essentially eliminated any chance of ever being a starter in the league again. Once they label you a backup in the NFL, that's all you
Yeah,
will ever be.
yeah. And that's really what he should accept or just retire because that's nobody. He's not sought after no more. At best, you a backup. Maybe you get a situation to get in and
Hey, but
go
I
win a
go.
couple
Sorry to
games.
cut you off, but I just gonna holler at y'all. I'll be back later.
All right, beast.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I just,
yeah, I'm with Big Sal on that, man. If he ain't getting no chance this year to come in, and we know that's not gonna happen because the season about to start, bro. He might as well go ahead and retire, man.
but I mean, and I'm saying this, Anton. I'm saying if you're Cam, it's not about being a starter this year, right? Because it's highly unlikely unless there's an injury, unless you're on a team and you say your team picks you up and the starter gets hurt or the starter's just completely ineffective, that you're going to be a starter this year. I think it's about
Mm-hmm.
him getting somewhere and saying, okay, hold on, somebody's got background. Yeah. It's about getting somewhere and saying, hey, can I get here? Can I compete in the off season for the starting job here, or can I put myself back in a position where I'm back on the market and there might be teams interested in me because I'm on the market now and I've shown that I'm willing to come in and compete, which I think that's what he did in New England when they picked him. When the Patriots picked him up last year, they didn't promise him the starting job. He had to go in and win the starting job. He did. I think he's willing to do that again. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, how old is he?
32.
Yeah, he's young, man. You don't need to retire yet. He still got, you feel me, sometime. I'll give it
No,
2 years or
got
so.
31. But
That
I
nigga,
mean,
I
if you got,
guarantee that nigga body feel 40, nigga.
I don't
but
think
I
the league
mean,
look at him as
All
being a
them
young
damn,
quarterback. The style of
yeah,
quarterback he play.
all them damn licks he done took, bro.
if you go back to that interview last year that he did with More Than an Athlete with Chad Johnson and them guys, he was really adamant about him believing that 30 quarterbacks ain't better than him. So that right
Right.
there showed that he was really prideful. And I mean, this situation just it too much. It reminds me of the Iverson situation
Yep,
where he
I
really
agree with
did not want to sacrifice that playing time to be in the backup role. And so I feel like if he doesn't change his mindset, his outlook, then he's just gonna end his career prematurely, just like Iverson did.
Well, the only
Stay
reason,
off
again,
social
but I think
media
I
too.
don't think that's a fair comparison. T Streets only because Iverson was still going to play. He just wasn't going to start with
Well,
Cam.
that's why I'm.
If Cam goes somewhere as a backup, he's not likely to play unless there's an injury.
Well, see, I mean, just even him being on a bench. I mean, like, I guess they feel like it's not doing nothing
how
for
you
their
know they weren't
brain.
gonna play Cam though? Cam might come in for a couple of plays, goal line, red zone plays. I could see a team doing that with
That's what
him,
I thought.
even if the
That's how I
Patriots
thought
kept
the
him.
Patriots was gonna use him, dog. Even if they started Mac
No,
Right?
Jones.
No,
I thought they were gonna have like the goal line where he run in. I thought they were gonna have them type of packages for him. But I guess they
no,
like fuck it.
no.
That's all I'm doing. I'd rather be at the crib, nigga. Fuck all that
He
shit.
healthy right now?
Yeah, he healthy. He
Yeah.
say he healthy.
I mean, if you watch him in the preseason, he's healthy, and he played well in the
Man,
preseason. Like, I don't think this had anything to do with how he played in the preseason.
Oh, so you saying there's other things? Good.
Yeah, I
So a
think.
healthy
Shit.
Cam Newton, y'all don't believe he can still play as a
At a high
starting
level, me
quarterback?
I
personally,
know he's
no.
better than Rand
that's not the
Fitzpatrick and Gunnar
question.
Minshew has and players
That's
like
not the
that.
question. The real question is he a fit for teams? Because we know no team bringing him in to be the future. He's only going to be a filler at best, and
Well,
maybe start for you a year or two.
yeah, but I
What
guess that's what I'm saying. Fit or no fit, I'm saying a healthy Cam Newton should be able to fit somewhere. I guess that's the premise I'm
That's
and you
trying to
my
make.
gotta
thing.
you gotta look at this
I
too.
don't
You
think the
have,
league. I don't think the league is looking at it how we looking at it, bro. I don't think the league is looking at him all like that
of
no
course,
more. Like they never
Nah,
looked at
and
Cam Newton in awe. He
Well,
was
yeah,
this
you
big
can
ass
if they're
dude,
gonna
this big
have
ass
a lead.
athlete. You know what I'm saying? Now that his athlete is diminishing, dog, they looking at like you ain't
and
got it no more.
and this is one thing you gotta look at too. A lot of now we live in a microwave era where coaches they don't have long tenures to figure it out. You even seeing coaches say, you know what, y'all gave me the job, even though y'all drafted a quarterback a year or two ago. I wanna go out on my own quarterback. If I'm gonna fail, let me pick my own quarterback. So you got to take that into consideration too, the coaching situation. If it's a coach that's trying to fight for extra contract or early trying to keep his job, got to look at that too as well.
I think that factors in some big South or South, but I would say this too. Also, when a team brings in a quarterback, ideally it's because the coach has said this is the guy I think we can win with, and that team is going to give that coach and that quarterback a certain amount of time. Um, most markets understand that's the way it works. Like you tie a quarterback to a head coach. That's why I always say when the guy gets drafted, the quarterback gets drafted, he better be going somewhere where they know that head coach and even that general manager is going to be there for at least the duration of their rookie contract. The moment one of those things changes, that guy's on the clock. That quarterback's on the clock.
Right.
That's why I wasn't a big fan of Justin Fields going to Chicago because everybody knows Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are on the clock.
Yep.
Yeah. The pressure on him to develop early, more or less than to develop, take his time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on the clock,
but I
all right.
think the biggest thing with this situation, I felt like they look at what you call skill set. The young quarterback, I can't think of his name. I'm getting bad with names now. They look at the guys that preseason play didn't really separate each other. Going into the season, Cam season last year wasn't that phenomenal to where he just you know made a great case for he had to be the starter going into this year. If
Right.
I'm not mistaken, they benched him twice in the season, did they? Whatever reason they made, it did happen. And I think the biggest issue, a lot of people might not agree with me, is most teams and franchises are not big on Cam's what his his the optics on Cam and his leadership intangibles is not a big thing. I don't think it really
What do you mean his tangibles?
wank. I mean, as far as how he,
Tangibles. His
Like
tangibles
his
is
his
persona.
leadership,
part
yeah,
I
by
see
league.
what South is
his
saying.
persona,
If he's not the starter,
yeah. I
they're
don't
not.
think it's really liked by, yeah, especially a organization like the Patriots. That's why I was shocked they had brought him in
How do you
out of
quantify
all
that?
the other teams.
Yeah, how he wasn't he?
Can't quantify that.
I don't. I mean,
Nah,
you had
you can't quantify
And
that,
I
but
and I get what
No,
you're
you
hold on.
can't.
saying. I know the
Here's
narrative behind it, but
yeah,
how
but
do
here's the
we
thing
truly,
though. Like,
honestly
there's
quantify
a
it? Really?
there's
Hold
a
on. Hold on, Drew. Let brother Amari finish his
my
statement. Go
fault,
ahead.
my fault.
But that's the question. I just want to know because I hear that all the time, particularly as it relates to black quarterbacks, this
Mm-hmm.
tangible thing and leadership.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
And I get the narrative behind it. I get the concept about it for its football
Let me
standards, but I don't know. Truly, we don't have a quantifiable measure of how we quantify that. We just say it based on our look.
Yeah, True. I know True
Let me
wanted to get in,
say it
and then
like this.
hold on, let True get in, and then
All right,
Because
all right.
I think that's a misconception on like listen, we know that the Patriots known for being a quote unquote strict organization, but people have characters on that team. People have personalities on that team. It's just boundaries that they're not gonna go past. Like Gronkowski, he's a character. I mean, man, look, like he played the Patriots for I don't know how many years. I mean, like, I don't.
But shit, Gronk. But you can't equate Gronk to Cam.
We
Like
talking about
Gronk
leadership though.
but Gronk was a
But we,
motherfucking
but we,
monster. You can put up what Gronk
oh,
doing because
Yeah,
Gronk
that's
was
what I
putting
was
up
saying.
stats. Gronk was a fucking monster, nigga.
So
You
is
can
Cam
put up
Newton.
with his
What are you talking
personality.
So
about?
No,
we
he's
saying, I
not.
So is
don't
Cam
No, he's
Newton.
understand.
not. No,
Cam
no,
Newton's
Cam
not
is
at this
not no
motherfucking,
point,
more.
bro.
sir.
Cisco.
No,
Bro,
he's
No,
he
he's
talking about
not.
right now at this
That's the
No,
moment.
thing. He's not a monster
Gronkowski's.
no more.
Yes, he is. He's still
No,
on
he's
par, bro.
not. Bro, no,
Is
he's
he better?
not.
Okay. So give me. So honestly speaking, well, if you can see, I don't know if I'm still sharing. Let me make sure. So if you're looking at besides
Cam is
Deshaun
the
Watson,
same
right?
quarterback,
What
bro.
what what quarterback beats him out? That's currently on the teams that are displayed. What team?
You asking the wrong question. People are
Don't
not
ask me
bringing
about
in
fit,
Cam
bro.
because he doesn't mold
You're
the
asking
style
about
of
fits.
offense
Hold
they
on,
What?
run.
let me see. Hold
So
on.
what?
Let's go to all these quarterbacks. Hold up.
I don't hear.
Wait,
I don't hear.
so
Have
That.
you
you
have you guys
saying
heard?
based on
Okay,
the
so
team,
hold
you
up.
saying
So
based
Hold
on
on,
the teams
stop,
you
stop,
showing
stop.
right
Wait,
now,
wait, wait.
Cisco?
hold up. Let's go to
So
team to
what?
team.
You say based on the
Hold up.
teams you showing right now on the screen?
Yeah, you think
Yes, sir.
he can go there? You think Cam can go and take Cam Kirk Cousins out from him right now?
Yes.
No. No, the
Yes.
fuck he
I
can't.
don't know.
No, the
Yes.
fuck he
I don't think
cannot.
I
Kirk
don't.
Cousins
Yes.
no.
No.
But I
No,
think
he
he can go to
cannot.
Denver.
Kirk
I
Now
think
you
Cousins.
he
can
can
say
go
what
to
you want to
Denver.
say.
Nah, he
You
can't
can say
take
what you
Teddy
want to say
job
about
right
He
now.
Kirk
can't
Cousins,
take
but
Kirk
He
Cousins.
that
could,
nigga
Teddy.
Kirk
he
He,
can
He
pass
can't
the
take
I
ball.
think
Teddy
I
he
don't
can
think
go
he
He
can
can
to.
take
pass.
Kirk
He
I think
can't
he
Cousins
can
take.
go
job.
to
No, he can't
All right.
take.
I
Denver.
don't.
Can he
He,
take
Wait,
Dak
wait.
Prescott job?
How many playoff games Kirk Cousins won?
Don't matter. He's not a better
That does
quarterback than
fucking
Kirk
matter. That means how
Cousins.
good of a quarterback
No,
Nah,
is.
it's
That
but
does
you
not.
matter.
He's
gotta
not a
think,
better
Cisco, what
quarterback
they've been
right now
doing
than
in
Kirk
training
Cousins.
camp is
Bro,
not gonna match what
Yeah,
Cam
I ain't
Okay,
gonna
can
hear
so
you.
do
I
this
don't hear
let's
season.
you.
go. Dak
three or
Prescott,
four
can
of
he
them
take
teams, I
that
think he
job?
can go there and take their spot. Three or four of them teams up there.
He can
No, the
take
fuck
Kirk
he
Cousins' spot
cannot.
because
Hold
he
up,
gets the
Teddy
ball down the
Bridgewater,
field. They got the
he
weapons.
can beat him out.
he
He could take
He
Teddy
cannot
Bridgewater's
beat
spot.
Teddy
He
Bridgewater.
can
No,
Yes,
he
he could. They,
cannot.
he can
yes, he
win in
can.
Yes, he can,
Indianapolis.
bro.
No, he cannot.
He
He
can
can
win
win
in
in
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. He can win
Job.
in the
No.
Eagles.
why
Bro, the
did
He
only
Teddy
definitely
not
win the
job
knocking on
Eagles.
his
the
door
only
then?
job he can get on this motherfucker probably is it was the Texans, nigga. Cause they
That's
skip
cap.
war.
You boo.
Nah,
You
That's
you
not
was
true.
tweaking.
That's
he can
it.
win in
He
Indiana.
could
He
beat
can win
Tua.
an
You
Indiana
I think
job.
he can beat Tua.
He could beat Matt Ryan. I
Man,
think. I
man,
think
beat no
that's
damn
actually
tour.
Why these
No,
teams
he
ain't playing?
can't.
if I'm Matt Ryan, if I'm the Atlanta Falcons,
man,
I
y'all
say bye bye
saying
Matt Ryan as part of the
Man is
this is
part of
not
the
not a
rebuild.
third
that
year
man is
job.
not beating Cam Newton.
This is not a
Bro,
Especially,
third
Cam
year.
Newton is
Come on.
Cam
especially
Newton is
with his
not beating
price
no Matt
tag. Some of
Ryan
these
out of no
guys is
damn
super
get the fuck out of
high.
here, man.
Nah, he's
Like
not take Cam. That no team with a young quarterback
Cam
is
ain't
bringing him in.
Cam ain't taking nobody job on this
Okay, so
motherfucker
what
except
team?
for
What,
hold up,
Cam.
but
what team?
Miami,
Cam ain't
they
So what
actively trying
team?
to get rid of Tua now.
for
No, but that's
Deshaun
what Deshaun
Watson.
Watson
Well,
doing.
hold on. That's other news too, though. I mean, I
I
don't think
Yeah,
mean,
that's
shit.
gonna happen.
wait. Let me just throw
What?
this out real quick about Cam. All right, 2018, Cam's last, not fully because he missed 2 games, but his last fully healthy season in Carolina. 320 completions, 471 attempts, 67.5 completion percentage, 3,395 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
Mhm.
So, and that was the first year under the Noah Turner system. He was
Right.
under
That was
Is that
that
the
was
year
also
he was
3 years
playing with a
ago.
broke foot?
that was the year. Remember he hurt his shoulder because they were 6-2, and then he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, he got in a car accident.
Yeah.
I mean, he
So
also had 21 touchdowns last year. Even
yeah.
the
So
passing.
he had 20
Oh, it
total
doesn't.
touchdowns. Yeah, 20 total touchdowns last
Yeah,
year.
he had a pass, and he caught one too. He caught a touchdown
Oh, he caught a
last year.
touchdown. Okay.
He
Yeah.
caught a
So,
touchdown.
I
Man,
mean,
that shit.
I think this idea that Cam can't still play, I think might be a little overblown.
Yeah,
But
it is.
South made a good
Really?
point. It's going to be what organization is the best situation for him. Because again, I don't care who you are. There's very few guys that can transcend situation, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Ryan Tannehill looks like a top 10 quarterback in Tennessee. Nobody ever said that about him in Miami.
Nope.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
He
see said
it
about him
wasn't.
now.
You know,
That's how
one of
weak
the
the
Damn
reasons,
league
lie.
is. Then
yeah,
that's how weak the league is.
one of the reasons why people think Jameis Winston is going to do well is because of the situation he's in New Orleans versus what he was in Tampa.
That That's not the
And,
only
and,
reason. Dude, the
No, I'm
dude
not
can
saying
actually throw the
and,
James
hold
Winston can actually throw the
and,
football.
on, Anti.
That's
I'm not
never
saying.
been questioned.
Hold on, Anti. I'm saying some of it is not it's talent, but a lot of it is the situation that
team.
allows you to use your talent and use
He
your
can
talent
reach
to
that
its
potential. He can finally reach his potential.
And the coaching staff being confident that they can fit you into what they like, what they do.
best. Well, it's meshing. It's a
You
meshing.
mean like
It's a meshing.
RPOs,
Yeah.
spread offense?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
a
what you're talking about?
meshing. Yeah, because
No, I'm saying
Is
this.
that,
I
is that
don't
what you're
think
talking
it's
about,
no
Sam? Is
team.
that what you're talking about? You can fit, right? But he can fit almost any scheme on there. Everybody does an
I
But
RPO.
don't.
why
Everybody does
people
a
I
spread.
not?
don't think
Why he can
Cam.
fit all these teams and don't nobody want him?
Exactly. That's
Something
what I'm
got to be
saying.
wrong.
I don't think Cam
That's because of the
is
narrative that's
on that.
behind him too, as well.
Ain't no narrative
Bro,
behind
these
him.
people
He's
look
Yes,
at
shit
there is.
film. They
for it.
don't look at narrative.
He's never South has only discussed his leadership, and that's it.
I
Leadership
ain't
is
say nothing
tangible.
about his leadership. I ain't
No,
say
he
nothing
did
about his
though,
leadership.
and you keep
But
That's
this,
why I
this
asked
what
how you
see
target.
this.
quantify that,
You
though.
can't quantify that.
How you
Now,
quantify that?
now I
Bro,
was
as long as hold up,
no
as
this,
long as
but
Cam has been in the league, his arm has always
but
been questioned, bro. Now
nah,
he
Nah,
I'm
he
he
just
had
talking
no
going
about
off
that
what I
had
one.
heard
no
earlier
He
today.
talking
The
about
arm
I'm
is
that.
going.
He
always
talking
just
about
the
that.
I'm going off
accuracy.
what I
Yeah,
heard
that's what I'm
coming.
saying. He talking about that 1 year with no turn. I give you that. But before then, what were they saying about Cam arm,
no.
Sean?
His accuracy. Hold on. That's you gotta be clear. His accuracy was questioned, but he
Yeah, it
had an
wasn't his
arm. That was
arm.
never accurate.
His arm was questioned.
Nah, it was
What you
never
mean
his
his arm?
arm.
He had
How
he
he
had
was
one of
that
the best
arm?
arms in
it
the
was his
league.
accuracy. It was his accuracy. Because
His
again,
accuracy.
hold on, if we're going back. Let's just go back. Cam only his first season in the NFL, he completed 60% of his passes. Second
4,000
season,
yards.
58%. The third season, 62%. So he's always hovered around that 58 to 60% completion
Hold up,
percentage
it's
in the
58
league.
good.
He had
That's
4,000 yards his
horrible.
rookie year. He had
Hold
4,000
on.
yards on his rookie
Yeah,
Right.
he
year.
broke
Yeah,
the
In a
record.
league
58% is horrible.
in a league
That's
where
accuracy.
now the
No, the
completion
fuck is
percentage.
not today.
Hold on.
No,
In the
I'm
No,
league
he's
now.
saying
saying
he
that's
struggled with
judged by
accuracy.
accuracy. That's how you
Hold on,
judge
let's
accuracy.
think about in the league now, where again now you got guys completing between 65 and 70% of their passes on the regular. Last year he completed 66% of his passes. So I don't think the accuracy
but
thing is necessarily the issue that it
He
once
got better
was.
on that.
He only
Yeah, if
played
you
7
Nah, he
games.
has got better, but it's more dink and dunk now.
he played 15 games last year, Anti. He only missed one game. The year before, or the year before he played 2 games, he only played 2 games. And then the year he played 14 games in Carolina, his completion percentage was 68%. So I think the last 2 years that he's been fully healthy, he's shown that he can get the completion percentage up. But the narrative, again, by some of these lazy folks in the media, they want to talk about Cam's accuracy. Well, that hadn't been the issue the last 2 years he's been fully healthy.
Yeah.
But now it's flipped on his head. Now
but
he's with it because of his shoulder. He's having problems getting the ball downfield.
Yeah.
Right.
So, look, in 2018, right? Kirk Cousins played 16 games. Cam Knight 14 games. This is 2018, right? So Kirk Cousins had a completion percentage of 70%. Cam Newton had a completion percentage of 67.9%. 4,200 yards for Kirk Cousins, 30 touchdowns and 10 picks, 24 touchdowns and 13 interceptions for Cam Newton. So I mean, they're right there. So if you're telling me that this guy who's mobile and can run the ball as well can't go and take Kirk Cousins' job when they're pretty much the last 3 years of their stats of fully healthy seasons, they're damn near identical. That's false.
How
That ain't
much
false.
does Kirk
He
I
is
don't know.
not.
Cousins?
The
He
league,
cannot go take Kirk
go ahead.
job.
He can't go down there to Tennessee and take Tannehill's job.
What's
That's
Kirk
false.
Cousins'
Hell, he
contract look
can't.
like?
Hell no.
Aren't the Vikings heavily invested in Kirk Cousins?
yeah, he got fully
They are.
Yeah,
guaranteed
that's
money.
number
Ten,
one.
Tennessee,
I know right now the
Tennessee just
Simpsons among the rate.
Tennessee just signed Tannehill to an
Nah, but think
extension.
about Kirk Cousins. He's getting
Hell
fully
no.
guaranteed money, so it's like you really got to take that man
Yeah,
job.
Yeah,
Like,
Kirk Cousins
so
be going
you
to
can't.
I don't know.
They're not
I don't
paying
know,
no
man.
quarterback in for that. There's too
but
much invested in
I'm
him.
saying,
you
I
telling me
understand. I
Philadelphia
understand.
and the Colts, he can't go down there and take those jobs?
Nah,
Yeah, he
I
definitely can do
agree with
that.
you on
He
that.
definitely can
And
Philly
do
the
that.
and the
Eagles,
Colts,
you
he
think he
could
can't
take
take the
that
Eagles
shit.
job?
He
He
definitely
cannot
can.
take Carson Wentz
But
job. No, I don't believe
Yes,
that.
he can.
but
Yes, he
No,
can.
he
Carson
cannot.
Wentz
had
barely
eight.
hanging on. He's barely hanging on to a job.
No, I'm talking about with
Cam
Carson
had a
Wentz.
better Cam low key.
Nigga,
You
I
said Cam
seen
had
Carson Wentz. Hold up. I seen Carson Wentz with a game with some shit water on the
what
field.
he did last
He
year.
still got traded.
Well, you can
Shit
say,
What he
water on
did.
the
wait,
field.
hold on, Anti. You can say the same thing about Cam last year in New England.
Cam
Cam
had
had
a
a low
D.
key. You can
Cam
say
had
But
a
yeah,
top 10 defense. Stop that.
Man, that defense was
hold on,
shitty, boy.
No,
hold on.
no, the fuck they wasn't.
The
the
Patriots
defense.
defense was very good. It was very good, but I wouldn't say it was among the best of the best in the league.
No, I'm
Top
talking about
10.
no. They was a good defense because of coaching. I'm
Top
talking
10.
about the players they had, the
Right.
personnel.
Right.
You know, off it. Like, come on, Cam. You can say
I don't
Cam
see
had
how
a
y'all
better
making
season
the
than Carson
case
Wentz last year.
for
Right.
Cam numbers last year. These are backup quarterback numbers he put up last year.
Hold on. He had 12 rushing touchdowns too.
8
That's not no
touchdowns, 10
backup
picks.
quarterback numbers. Hold on.
He
12
was
rushing
good
Right.
before
But
touchdowns.
again,
he
but
got
hold
COVID
on.
Bro,
last
he
year.
had
He was
What's out?
real
8
good.
touchdowns,
What's out?
passing 10 picks.
What's out? Again, who was he throwing the
Oh my God,
football
man.
to? They
The
had
best
no weapons.
receiver,
Bro,
best
these are
receiver
still
was
backup
Best
a
receiver
quarterback
was
numbers.
Jacoby
hold
Myers.
on. And he the quarterback. That man was a quarterback turned wide receiver, man. Like, come on, dog. Like, he only played
Yeah.
wide receiver like a couple years.
Nikhil Harry.
And you
N'Keal
remember
Harry don't even start.
Cam was playing really well before he
Edelman was
got
gone the
COVID
That's
entire
the
last
tight
year.
season.
end.
They
Yeah,
had no tight
Edelman.
ends. You can't even name the Patriots starting tight ends last year.
Yeah.
Hey, but you say those numbers, but Kirk Cousins, who had 35
Gotta
touchdowns,
say,
13 picks, went 7-9 last year, and he had a breakout wide receiver, and he
Yeah,
had Dalvin
they
Cook.
had way more talent offense than the Patriots
And
does.
he
This
didn't go in.
offense
You
is
telling me
I
Cam
didn't
Newton
say
can't
nothing
go
about
in
the
there
record.
and
I'm just
mess
looking
up?
at
And
his
then
numbers.
Yes,
And y'all
yes,
just
I'm telling you, Cam can't go down there and take his
Record
job,
doesn't
looking
man.
matter.
at it.
Man, listen. I'll tell you this
Cam
right
ain't
now.
taking no
If
damn
we
Kirk
didn't have
Cousins
Cam
job.
Newton,
Why would I?
we ain't won no 7 games.
But what you
Right,
mean he
like that's
beating
a
up
feat,
Kirk Cousins
nigga.
anytime?
You won 7 games.
I ain't say it was a feat. I'm just giving you
Basically, this thing.
example. I'm just
What
giving
Kirk
what you say,
Cousins
examples.
brother
get too
Omar?
much money to even
The
have
Patriots still was fighting
even
for
Hey,
playoff
hold on, hold
playoff
on.
Hey,
spot last year.
anti,
And no matter what you hold up, no matter what you say,
anti.
brother Omar, it ain't even about the money with me. It's about the talent, dog. As far as his arm is better than Cam right now, dog. He's not a
But
better
he's not
quarter.
producing nothing more though.
Kirk
I think
Cousins
that's the
right
point
now is a
Cisco
better
making.
quarterback than Cam Newton.
But what is it?
That's
But what is
facts.
it producing? Because they're producing based
The
on
So
same
system.
shit.
Cam, so
Like
Cam,
that
so Cam.
defense.
But
Minnesota's
Look.
defense
So
took a step back too, though.
most coaches in the league gonna come in and ask him, "Hey Cam, can he get me to the
y'all,
playoffs? Can Cam get me to the playoffs?"
y'all really. Hold on.
can Kirk
Y'all really
Cousins
Hell
doing this
no.
on here, man.
can Kirk Cousins?
Y'all really
Kirk
doing this on
Cousins
here.
is
You got a
he
quarterback threw
guaranteed.
35 touchdowns
Now
last
he's
year
not
to a dude
guaranteed,
that threw
anti.
8.
Hold on,
His
anti.
money
There were
is
No,
guaranteed.
anti.
Oh,
Anti. Hold on. There were games. I don't know how many Minnesota games you watched last year, but there were Minnesota games you watched last year where Kirk Cousins was so bad.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was garbage.
he was like 4 for 8. I mean, he couldn't complete a pass to save his life. There were games where they literally
bro.
said Kirk Cousins should switch paychecks with Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook was literally carrying the team.
But Kirk Cousins is like
Hold
Matthew
on.
Stafford, but worse. Like he's gonna get his numbers, but
I'm
it's
not the
not gonna
biggest.
affect winning.
I'm not the biggest Kirk Cousins fan, but y'all sitting here telling me that this dude threw 35 touchdowns to a dude that threw 8 touchdowns and only played in 2 less
Who was the
games.
And
receivers
again,
on who was the
That I'm supposed to
receivers
be.
on the
South,
Patriots?
South. That's again. This is why you got to put context around that.
No, you know
Minnesota's
why?
weapons on the outside and at tight end were far better than the Patriots' weapons.
And a top 4 running
I
back.
Come
just
on,
asked,
dog.
and they had a top 5 running back.
And they had Justin
It's,
Jefferson.
Everybody
I
knew.
understand they
Everybody
had
knew what
better
the pay.
weapons.
Held on. Everybody knew what the Patriots was going to do. You play against the Patriots. Everybody
Hey,
knew what he was going to do. And so
let me
don't.
ask
It's
you
like,
this
come
real
on,
quick,
But
man.
this the
South,
problem.
right?
This the
Hey,
problem.
Yeah,
True.
run
Hold
the
on, hold on.
ball
Let me ask
because
you
you
this.
got a
That I've been
quarterback who
saying
can't
y'all
get
ain't got
nobody
no
the
But,
weapons.
ball.
but you're saying you're saying all that. You know, you're comparing the numbers. What was the overall winning record, and who was in the tougher division?
Hold on, y'all the people that be saying
Comparing
quarterbacks don't
Kirk
got all
Cousins.
this to do with winning. This where y'all be confusing
No,
me. Cause I
I'm not.
know what
Nobody
y'all
said
telling
come on,
people that
man.
move.
No, because you said
Oh my
these
goodness, bro. This
are
what it
backup
is when
numbers.
I come out here.
You're saying these are
Am I
backup
lying,
numbers, right?
Anton?
That's what
Bro,
I'm saying.
this what be
Hey,
Hey, I'm
confusing
out
hey,
of
me.
it.
let me finish my statement first, bro.
I
Hey,
ain't
you're
arguing no
saying
I'm
he
out of
had
quarterback
it.
backup
record
numbers.
yet.
Okay, I agree with you. But the guy who had quote unquote Pro Bowl numbers had the same exact record, and they were the second best team in their division.
I don't care what
Come
you
on, bro.
This
say.
all I'm saying. I ain't spoke
I
about no
take
Pro
that
Bowl
man.
or
I
nothing. But
take
y'all
Kirk Cousins
telling
over
me
that man right now.
I didn't
Actually,
say
they
it was
were.
a Pro Bowl. I'm just saying you're comparing numbers, right? But those numbers that were
hey,
the
this,
bottom tier and the numbers that were better have literally the same losing record. And you're telling me that Cam Newton
are
can't do
y'all
this same thing, even though
hold
prior
on.
to this year,
Over
his
here
numbers
will
were
we
similar
from my
to
from my recollection over here, that when y'all start talking about winning and losing, y'all say it ain't all that the quarterback get this bit too much of this, you know what I'm saying, contribution to the wins and losses. Ain't that been y'all argument? But now y'all trying to make
We,
the reverse argument on me.
No,
no,
hold
we
on, hold
making
on,
it clear.
South,
We
hold on,
we
South,
we
hold on,
we
South.
bringing the details
He
to the
South,
basically
table.
all
South,
he
That's
South,
it.
basically
Bro,
said
South.
I'm
was
comparing. I'm comparing positional. All I'm saying is, hey,
Anti know
look,
what
this
I'm
guy,
talking about.
hey,
Anti know what I'm
player
talking about.
A, player. All I know is player A here had great numbers. Player B over here had subpar numbers.
So how do you differentiate who's the better quarterback then, South, if you can't attach the win-loss record at some point?
Bro, it's
It's all
no
result.
word. No, this are you listening to me over here since I've known these guys since
That's
I've
what
been
I'm
on their
saying. No,
channel.
I
They
heard you. What I'm
they
saying
they
is,
tell quarterbacks get too much of
But
the credit
South,
for
but
winning. Ain't that what
but,
y'all
but South,
saying?
hold on,
South,
But
hold
now
on,
South,
they
Chris.
trying to
South,
Hold on,
make
hold
the
on, South.
just
argument.
by
South,
him
South,
no,
saying
South,
listen to my
South.
question though, South.
I
I said
got him. I got some. Hold on.
I asked you specifically though, when can we attach it though? Because at some point it do gotta matter because we can't just say
No,
eight touchdown versus 35 touchdown, and that's the end all
No,
be.
this is my hold up. Now hold up though.
right.
See, but Self, you can't sit
Sean
there and
only
say that.
attached when it comes to Tom Brady because he hate on Tom Brady, but that's a different story.
Hold up, man. We forget all that though. Hold up. But here's the thing.
Yeah,
Hold up. Here's the thing. Hold up. Here's the thing though. But South, you multiple times have said that you have criticized that the Patriots don't have no receivers or no
They
offense. But
don't.
now so you okay? Well, South said that.
yeah,
So how? So why are you going to try to
but
blame it on
true.
Cam Newton?
Well, we
You
were
said that on your
picking.
own
We
mouth.
were
You
But
doing the
you
hold
picks.
up,
We were,
hold up. But even
yeah.
if I feel like even if y'all had weapons, you wouldn't have a quarterback to get it to him. I don't give a fuck
that's
who you
cap.
had.
Listen. So
no, but I
before
mean,
COVID, so
even
hold on.
Who
So
you
before
That's
hold on,
had.
the
hold on. So
that's
hold
the
on. So
unknown though,
to the
anti.
point that South is saying,
All right.
what Cisco brought up proves that because with all the Cousins individual numbers, they lost. So that shows that the direct correlation to the quarterback not having
I
that
done
big an
seen
impact on the
Kirk
win.
Cousins go to war
And
with the
Cam Newton
Saints in the
has
playoffs,
But
dog, and
but
beat these niggas.
hey,
you said go to
but stand
war.
on
You
business.
got
But that
Yes,
mean
go to war.
we seen Cam Newton go to a Super
Go to
Bowl.
war. And
We seen Cam
lost.
Newton go to a Super Bowl.
exactly. Come on, don't do that.
And Cam, what you mean? You just
No,
try to
come on,
He's
man.
sick.
hype a player for going to war with your team.
What
Cam
did
got
Kirk
to the
did
Super
Bro,
since? What
Bowl.
did
because
Kirk?
that
Hold
was
on. What did Kirk
recent. That's
did
been
since?
recently. When the last time, when was he in the Super
How
Bowl?
far back was that?
That
A
was
few.
Hey, let
What
me
did
ask a question. Since
That was
how many
that Super Bowl,
2018.
how
brother
many
Mark.
primetime games have
It
Kirk
was
Cousins
further
won?
back. You right?
How many primetime game Kirk Cousins have won? Or
that's a
Kirk,
good
Why you
One,
want?
question.
Why
You got
why
one,
are
or,
we
two.
going to prime? Why are you talking to me about primetime games?
because he sucks during those games. Whenever the sprite the lights are the brightest, he fucking folds and it's visible.
That nigga beat
That's
our ass with them
visible.
bright motherfucking lights. Fuck you
That's
mean?
about the
Yeah,
only one.
That's not, come on,
and
bro.
anti.
Fuck you
Here's
mean?
another reason why Kirk Cousins
That's
is
not
not.
that's not cool.
Here's another reason why Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins
I
not a good
know.
argument.
You got one or two.
Kirk Cousins. Excuse me. The Minnesota Vikings went further without Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback in the playoffs.
That's
Right.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the NFC
Now
Championship
y'all
game
know
4
y'all
years ago.
contradicting y'all whole
Oh
argument
no,
that y'all had.
South. South. I'm getting ready to cook you, and I'm getting ready to tell you why. Because this is what you're
Okay.
doing. No, this is what you're doing, right? Again, Brother Omari brings up a point. I'm one that always says quarterbacks get too much credit, but they also get too much of the blame. This is
Right.
why you have to look because football is a total team sport. You have to look at the entire situation. Nobody would say New England's weapons last year were anywhere near the par of Minnesota's weapons. So
I agree.
of course, Kirk Cousins is going to put up those numbers. No, you wouldn't.
So
You
Come
said
on,
so
you
that
South.
you
You
say
can't be
so that
honest,
Don't do
bro.
oh,
that.
Come
Don't do
on,
you
that.
can't.
Because now
oh,
I'm starting to question your
no
football
no no
That's
no
IQ.
no.
You do
ridiculous,
Hold on hold
bro.
on hold on hold on hold on. No no.
They
Come on,
not
man.
even
I'm saying
comparable.
Come on,
I'm
bro.
saying no. I answered it wrong. I didn't mean to do that. I'm
Okay.
saying I agree with
Hold on.
you.
I got a question.
But this is the
Come on,
thing.
let's not finish the
Does
point.
I
that
got a
does
question,
that
right?
does
Hold on,
that
hold on.
Wait,
hold
anti,
on hold on. But
come on.
but see this what y'all doing.
Mhm.
Y'all saying all that, but that constitute a dude still throwing over four times more touchdowns in only two more
Right,
games.
right, and that's 1 year.
With the same record though.
With the
I,
same
I,
record
I, I,
in
Oh,
the
so are
same
we giving? Hold on, but I gotta
hold
ask this when stand on business throw that in. Are we giving all the record to the quarterback? Because I can play that game too, whatever game y'all want to
No,
play. But y'all can't have it
that's
both
what I'm
ways.
saying though.
It had to
It's not
account
a
for
direct
something.
correlation to the
I
wins.
got a question.
But
No.
you haven't
If
given me
you have one quarterback
besides.
that threw 10 touchdowns and 10 picks, and one that threw 35
Hey,
touchdowns and however many picks he threw, and they both
Hey,
got the same record,
the
what does that
Sean,
Broncos
can
say?
won
I
the Super Bowl, paid them
can
through
I
nine
can I ask
touchdowns,
True a
four picks,
question?
14 picks.
Sean, how much
Let's
of that? How much of the Patriots? How much of they personnel changed on that offensive side of the ball from Tom Brady to Cam Newton when Cam was there?
A lot.
Was that basically
Quite
the
a
same
bit.
offense?
It was. Hold on. It wasn't. There weren't a
Personnel was
lot of. There
What was the
were.
person? Hold up, Nikhil Harry was there. Who else was there?
Hold on, the carry barely played his rookie year. He only played like a couple
Okay,
games.
so who was there? What weapons y'all had?
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers barely
might have been
played
the
when
only
Tom
one.
Brady played. He barely played when Tom Brady was there.
Who?
Jacoby Myers barely played when Tom Brady was there.
So what was y'all weapons that year? Y'all lost to the Titans in the AFC.
Julian Edelman
Championship,
was
right?
hurt last year. Julian Edelman was hurt last year.
So Julian Edelman was hurt. So what was your other weapons?
Rex Burkhead was hurt last year. What do you mean? Like Muzzle was hurt
Now
last
you
year.
arguing against your.
I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking you.
I'm talking about
what was your weapons when Tom Brady was there?
It was better than it was when Cam had there. What are you talking about?
No, you said everybody was hurt though.
Right.
That's facts. That's what the reality was. That's the reality.
Y'all had basically the same motherfucking talent, bro. You just had a better
No, we
fucking
did
quarterback.
not have the same talent, dude. Like, okay,
Yeah, the same fucking talent. Just had a better quarterback. That's all it was.
Julian Edelman had to retire last year. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
nobody want about no damn Julius Edelman, nigga.
The Falcons
He was the best receiver on the team.
That game winning that amazing catch.
Yeah, and the Rams were in the Super Bowl as well because he was
exactly
the Super Bowl
like.
MVP.
I'm just saying he was the best receiver on the team. He had to retire. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm not. I asked you.
Like,
so that year that Tom Brady, y'all went to the playoffs that year. Who was all y'all weapons?
I just told you. I just told you the reason. I just told you the offense was the same. The same talent was hurt. Was hurt.
What talent was hurt? Rex Burkhead.
The people I named.
Burkhead,
James White. Hold on. James White was dealing a lot. His dad died last year in that crazy car in the car crash or something like that. He was dealing with a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of things that went on last year. It was not the same offense with Tom Brady.
Like
was
a
not.
bunch of motherfucking excuses.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
How
And
was
it
it
wasn't. And it
excuses?
wasn't
How
even
was
the
it?
same
Hold on.
defense.
You said, hold on. You asked me who was on the field. That's what you asked me, right? Correct or not?
I said how much of that roster, that personnel changed. From Tom Brady to Cam.
Hold on, Anti. It changed quite a bit. Let's remember the Patriots had the most opt-outs last year from COVID than any other team.
Most of it was on defense side of the ball.
And that matters because that matters.
We talking about the offensive side.
No, hold on. That matters.
We talking about Cam. Now we talking about defense.
That matters.
Hold on.
Now y'all want to talk about defense.
That matters. Hold on, Anti.
We was talking about the offensive side of the ball. We want to talk about nothing on defense.
Yeah, because
but you can't put things in context. You can't sit and say, hold on. You can't sit and say,
hold on, Anti. Because in football, both sides of the ball matter. How your defense is set up will often dictate your offense. That's why there are teams. Hold on, Anti.
Stephen Gilmore was hurt last year. Patrick Chung didn't play last year. What are you talking about?
That's why. Hold on, because we're being honest. That's why the Broncos win the Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl because of Peyton Manning. I promise you.
Peyton
Manning. Now.
But we sitting here comparing quarterback records.
I'm hearing last year, but you keep on talking. So y'all
it wasn't directly showing that.
No, because you're telling me that because if take records out of it, right? Take records out of it because obviously you want to take records and take out the fact that
I'm just going off with the normal argument
or he may have won one playoff game, but any other time that he's been on the Big Show, his numbers suffered. That's facts.
I'm not
All I'm trying to say is over the last 5 years, these two quarterbacks were similar, or have similar numbers via completion passage, number of touchdowns, and win-loss records.
Cisco, I'm not arguing these guys' whole career. I'm just going off last year. You telling me
you can go off last year? You can go
30. I ain't saying Kurt.
Cam had COVID last year too.
I apologize. He got benched twice too. I can't do nothing about that. All I can do is go off what he done last year.
That's cool. Listen, if you want to listen, this is not excuses. This is what happened.
I'm not saying they are.
Hold up. So when he playing well before he got COVID, was he not playing well?
He wasn't playing when he came back. That's all I can go off of.
That's cool. That's okay then. You just admitted it. So that's okay.
I can't go back 4 years based off last year.
No, but I'm talking about last year.
You can go off.
No, I'm just saying some of the stuff they doing. I want to bring up his best year, but that's not last year. Last year, this dude threw 8 touchdowns, 10 picks in 14 games.
Yeah, but like I said,
I
you can't name
Kirk Cousins ain't the best
receivers. Hold on. Can you name the receivers that was on that team? Can you do that?
This is why I don't want to play this game with you, True. Because when we were doing the power rankings, I was talking about how y'all don't have weapons, and you was
I
telling me
said
how y'all
last
gonna make the
year. I
playoffs. We
said
gonna get
last
to
year.
see what y'all do.
I said
We gonna
last
get
year.
to see.
Name the receivers was last year. Cause we have different receivers now. Name the receivers last year. Then okay, then if you can't
Yeah,
do that,
who y'all
then
picked
what
up?
you arguing
Aguilar.
for?
Who y'all pick up? I mean, y'all ain't picked up no big splashes like that.
Kendrick
But we
Bourne.
gonna see what y'all
But
do.
hold
Because
on.
I think y'all not
Nelson
going to the
Aguilar is still
playoffs.
a productive wide receiver. He's still a productive wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah,
Regardless.
the Patriots just need serviceable receivers. They don't
But
need elite,
So
super
but
elite.
come on,
Last year
man.
they
but
didn't even have serviceable receivers.
but this the thing about me. Y'all not gonna tell me whatever quarterback name that's associated with it. Take the name out. You're not gonna tell me a quarterback so bad that threw 35 touchdowns and 13 picks. He might not be a top 10 quarterback. Might be a great reason to say why he not. But you're not finna tell me that a dude is so bad that threw 35 touchdowns in a 16 game season. It's just
But
he
no,
couldn't have been that
if
bad
you
the whole
also
season.
give me the weapons that he has around him in the running game, yeah, I'll tell you that he should have those stats. And if he doesn't, then he needs to be cut.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah,
rest it,
yeah.
man. I rest it.
I'm just saying, man. Like people expect Cam Newton to put up numbers on that. Like, come on, dog. Like
The man
I don't
got
understand.
Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson,
Come on, man.
Adam Thielen. Like
That
he
man,
should be having those
he
type
can't
numbers.
help who on his team, bro.
I'm not
Nobody
saying
said
he
that.
Even
can, but
Nobody saying
even
that,
he's
dude.
not getting
even with
brownie
all that,
points
hold
for
on.
doing what he
Even with
should
all
do.
that on your roster, you still got to get the ball to them guys, man.
No, you're right, but I'm saying he's
Shit,
not
they
gonna get
still
no
gonna make the
cookie for
playoffs.
having good
Say the
stats
same thing about Kirk Cousins then.
when he
'Cause
Hey
has
he
Sal,
one of
but
the
hey,
best
hey,
offensive
hey,
units
Sal,
in the
About Kirk
league.
Cousins.
to your point, Sal, you cannot what you just said about Kirk Cousins, going off last year, but you can't tell me that going off last year that a former MVP of this league and a former first round draft pick and a former Heisman winner is a bad quarterback because he had one bad year with
Man, you talking about all that
right?
former shit,
But
bro. All that shit in the
Cam
past, bro,
haven't
bro.
I just want to use your argument against
Cam
you because your argument was phallus when it came out.
no, I'm arguing over the
The only
past
thing
year.
he brought up is
He
leadership to
went
me and
I'm
intangible.
arguing. You talking about the rookie and Cam.
Say what?
That's what you talking about.
Like
What's it called from
no,
Alabama, Cam?
No,
What?
I'm
This is
talking
what was
about
reported.
how
Hold on,
you how
Cisco.
you.
Hold on. This is what was reported because I looked at that before I even jumped on your panel. They was talking about it on either what was that? I can't remember exactly. They were talking about it allegedly that he had been showing leadership qualities and he was catching on to the playbook faster than Cam. Cam going in his second season with the Patriots. So I was kind of reporting what I heard. Is it true? The facts? It could not be true. I'm just going off what I heard.
Yeah, but I was making a reference to your previous point when you were saying that hey, you can't nobody can tell you that a quarterback who threw 35 touchdowns and 10 picks is a bad quarterback, and I'm just using your same argument saying well, you can't tell me that a former MVP that Cam Newton, who was a former MVP of this league, and
But
you can't tell me that after one bad season that he's washed up. You can't tell me that.
but he
Go ahead.
hasn't had a great season in what 2-3 years.
Give me Kirk
The year before that he was
best
hurt.
season, bro. No, I'm just using last year, right? He had a bad statistical year. We can agree with that. And Cam and Kirk Cousins had his either an above average or one of his top years. Not saying his top years last year, but all I'm saying is that if I can't call back Kirk Cousins a bad quarterback, then I'm not gonna call Cam Newton a bad quarterback because he had one bad year.
When did I say Cam was a bad quarterback the whole time we've been talking?
No, I'm
when
just
did I say that?
your argument saying when you were going against Kirk Cousins, say, hey, look, you're not telling me that this guy who's 35-10 is not a top 10 quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback either. Nobody ever said he was a bad quarterback. But all I'm saying is that I think
the argument was between the two who was better.
If Cam Newton went to Minnesota and they had a fair and square quarterback battle, Cam Newton's going to win that job.
I'll take your money. I'll take your money,
bro. You better off trying to create a Madden squad, bro.
I'll take your money.
he can't. So a rookie take his job.
I'll take your money. I guarantee you. He couldn't even beat out a fucking rookie.
That's not a regular rookie. He's not Mac Jones. Not regular rookie. Do not do that. That's not Mac Jones. Not a regular rookie. He's not no regular rookie. Let's not do that. No, he's not a regular rookie. What are you talking about?
I don't know if you guys know this, but it was stated on one of those shows. On one of those shows, right? Normally, the quarterback drafted in the first round, at some point within the first season, they start.
Exactly. It's not no regular rookie.
There's
shit.
only been a very few quarterbacks who have sat at home the entire year, bro.
Hold the fuck up. I was the only nigga on this panel that was arguing with True that Matt Jones would be starter week 1. Every nigga
Right.
on this panel disagreed with me and said, who would be winning the starting job? Now all of a sudden, he won it. He a different motherfucking rookie? Really?
All right, hold on. Let's make.
You're saying like that has
He a
happened before,
different
though.
rookie
I guess
now
that's how
all
it
of a
work
sudden.
over here.
No, he's not.
I've been said that though.
You're saying
when I said Cam was starting.
I'm not saying that at all. But all I'm saying is that this whole notion that the rookie would have sat the whole year is not true.
It don't matter.
It's not true statement. Most rookies were drafted.
Going into that year, y'all niggas had who started.
End up starting, bro.
Who did y'all have
End up starting, bro.
Why was that? Why was that?
I don't know why that. I told y'all Matt Jones was gonna get it.
Somebody got echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like,
I told
why
y'all,
was that?
I'm like, Matt Jones right now is going to win that position because I said right now I believe he's a better quarterback.
But the reason why I said he's going to probably sit up because of him getting more familiar with the offense. That's the only reason why I said that.
Man, that's the only reason why I said that. I don't hear that.
Did say that.
Got a lot of excuses, nigga.
I been said that.
You niggas got a lot of excuses, nigga. Like
okay, what else I said too? Hold on. Now,
I said multiple times. Matt Jones was going to be the motherfucking starter from jump.
Okay. He was right, but I didn't. But what my case was, I said that
now all of a sudden that he beat Cam Newton out, he different.
I've been saying that.
Now all of a sudden he beat Cam Newton out of the job, he different.
Hey, anybody did I been saying he was different? I said
I don't know what he mean by that talking about he's different.
I been said that.
Hey, stand on business. There'd be some double talk going over here sometimes.
How is it double? Hold on. How is it double? What is that? Come on,
that's you, Scott.
I'm saying, I was just going to say,
Matt Jones ain't no. Now all of a sudden, Matt Jones ain't no regular rookie.
What did I ever say about Matt Jones? What did I ever say about Matt Jones?
True just said that.
Oh.
He ain't no regular rookie. What the fuck that even mean?
He's not a regular rookie. What are you talking about?
Yes, he is. He's a rookie.
How are you a regular rookie? You a quarterback drafted in the first round. You're not a regular rookie. If you got
you didn't say y'all going.
So can we? So since I have Cam Newton and Deshaun Watson on, can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so since we have Deshaun Watson and Cam Newton, two of our favorite quarterbacks, I think Cam Newton now has become Anti's new number one quarterback in the league. I think he's going to draft him next year from the NFL draft. Mad NFL draft. That's just me though. That's breaking news.
I wish the fuck I would put Cam Newton on my motherfucking roster, nigga.
Hey, no, but
I wish I would put Cam Newton on my motherfucking roster.
Hey, so you saying you're not going to draft him in the first round?
I wish I would put Cam Newton on my motherfucking roster, nigga. I wish the fuck I might. I wish the fuck I might.
Okay, so we do have Cam Newton and we have Deshaun Watson, right? So what I'm gonna try and do, right? So outside of you guys saying absolutely negative, I would like to be able to see, hey, which team do you think they'll end up on? So for me, for example, right? Sent it back. Oh, son of a bitch. Motherfuck nut. There we go. All right, so if you think it's going to Deshaun Watson is going to go to the Broncos, I'm gonna go ahead and move him over here like this. If you think Cam Newton's not going to have anybody, then he'll just remain empty. All right, so let's try and fill these guys up. Is that cool?
Everybody,
you want to try that or no?
Everybody on the map can go to Deshaun Watson. They all want him. They all take him if they could.
So we know Deshaun. Well, I see what I am confident in thinking that he has a shot at going to the Houston Texans. I'm confident in that piece.
I ain't dying in the bad. Who's the quarterback? There ain't no competition right
there. That look like the same uniform.
Let that sink in.
Don't do that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is
like that. Like that stand on business right there.
Don't do that. Stay on business. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Stay on business. Don't do that.
This is darker hue of blue.
Shout out to brother Amari though. There ain't no disrespect to the team though.
Hey, Stan,
ain't same colors, man.
No, I was.
So what do you think? What do you think Cam Newton can end up in the next 2 years, John? In your opinion, or if you had if what would be your best guess
for Cam?
Yeah, for Cam.
That's a good
Atlanta.
at home.
That's a good pick.
Going back home, Jordan.
Yeah, he going home.
And I think Matt Ryan is a better quarterback than Cam.
Right now, yes. Right now, yes.
You have to stutter to say that.
His price tag is awfully high, and if you want a motherfucking, a cheaper version to help trying to rebuild, that's
exactly. That's what I'm going with.
I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass, Cisco.
You ain't on shit. The motherfucking.
You just said you think Matt Ryan is a better quarterback right now than Cam Newton, but you gonna argue with Sal about Kirk Cousins?
Yeah,
Matt Ryan is better than Kirk
so Matt
Cousins.
Ryan was so
You
Matt
think Matt Ryan is a better quarterback right now than Kirk Cousins?
You can debate that.
I think Matt Ryan.
What is Kirk Cousins?
You can debate that.
I don't think it's debatable. I think Matt Ryan is a way better quarterback than Kirk Cousins ever.
You think Matt Ryan right now is a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins?
He's a stat loser. Yeah.
You can debate that. You can debate
but
that.
No, it's not debatable.
I think Matt Ryan better than Kirk Cousins.
I think Matt Ryan's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. He's proven it. He's gotten his team to the fucking Super Bowl.
When was Kirk Cousins ever better?
We talking about now.
Hold on.
No. You need to try to go back to history.
Ever better than Matt Ryan?
We're not going back to no history. We talking about right the fuck now. We talking about right the fuck now.
As of right now, I think Matt Ryan's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins.
I'm just talking about as a quarterback.
Kirk Cousins was never better than Matt
last year, nigga.
Look, but that's my point. Neither one of us done anything. So how you fighting so hard to say Kirk Cousins is demonstrably better than Matt Ryan?
No. You just told what I'm fighting is he just said Matt Ryan is better than Cam Newton. So how the fuck you gonna argue on Kirk Cousins then? You can't.
Yeah, because I think Matt Ryan's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins.
Cisco, do you mind if I explain my logic of why I said Cam?
Please, thank you. Educate these youngsters out here. Educate.
Nobody care about your logic, son.
Hey,
logic went out the door a long time ago.
Go do some water.
How about that?
Anti, you can take your phone charger out of the wall and choke yourself. That's what you can do.
You won that game yesterday, Anti. You've been big-headed.
That's all facts though. That is facts.
First of all,
hey, I'm gonna get a couple water.
Go ahead. About that, nigga.
Hey,
I be big headed all motherfucking day. Ain't got nothing to do with no game, nigga.
Get back, Sean.
Yeah.
Anti, do I need to put?
So there are two reasons. So if y'all
might recall, fuck you mean?
If y'all might recall before the draft, I kept saying the Falcons should take Justin Fields if he was there at 4, right?
Yeah.
Partially because of Matt Ryan's price tag. The next few seasons is he's very expensive, so they're rebuilding. So if I'm the Falcons, I'm probably going to move off of Matt Ryan after this season anyway, which is why I thought Cam would be a good bridge quarterback. I don't think Cam is a long-term quarterback for any team right now, just because of what he's been through the last couple of years. But as a bridge quarterback, if I'm the Falcons, Cam is a good bridge quarterback. That's the first thing. And somebody said earlier, the price tag. Cam's not going to be that expensive. So when you're a rebuilding team and they're in salary cap hell as they are, which is why they had to get rid of Julio, Cam makes sense there in Atlanta. And obviously being from Atlanta, he can bring people to the stadium. There's going to be some excitement about it. Again, he's not what he once was.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will, because that's how they do around here. That's how they do here. That's
it won't.
No, they ride or die for their folks around.
But ain't nobody cheering for no damn Cam Newton in Atlanta.
They don't ride or die in Atlanta, man. I live in Atlanta.
Hold on.
Nobody ride or die for no damn Cam Newton.
I live in Atlanta too, and I'm telling you that if Cam was on the Falcons, there would be some excitement about it because Cam is from College Park.
Yeah, I agree with you. Be excitement, but it ain't no ride or die excitement.
Hold on. The excitement is he's from here. I ain't saying it's about his play. I said he's from here. That's what I said.
Just because he's from there, he gonna come there and get y'all some excitement?
No, it's not my team.
Him not winning games.
Hold on, Anti.
Him not winning games have nothing to do with it.
Anti. Let me tell you something. The Georgia Dome never rocked more than when they had a black quarterback in the Georgia Dome. They would show up for Cam Newton because this is Atlanta. That's how they get down.
Oh, that's how they get down. All right,
I agree with you. I agree with them to a certain extent, but they ain't no ride or die.
I didn't say they were going to win.
Boys.
I didn't say he was leading to a Super Bowl.
I should have sworn when Vic was winning some ball games. I should have sworn that.
No, I'm telling you, they could be 4-12 and they were still packing the dome to see Vic. That's what I'm telling you.
But yeah, you talking about a prime Vic. That
Right.
nigga there, he was
Yeah.
Showtime.
And I'm
That nigga
telling
was
you,
box office.
and I'm telling you, he's still so box office now. When he shows up to the game on the sidelines, people go crazy.
Who, Cam?
No, Vic.
Oh, he's supposed to. He was there,
Yeah,
I understand that. But you mean to
they
tell
think
me Cam gonna come there and get that damn treatment?
I'm telling you, because of his relationship from being from Atlanta, growing up here, he's a hometown product. They would go nuts.
And he
They
do
can
a lot of
market it.
7-on-7
That's
stuff.
the point.
They can
They
suck.
can
They'll
And they
market
can
still
it.
market it. It's marketable.
Hey,
They
Sean,
can
drop
market
your
it.
address in the private chat, nigga. Come smell
You
your
said-
cologne.
No, hey,
Just
you know
drop
what?
your
I
address in
told
the
you,
private chat.
I told you, I wear unforgivable now.
You
You ain't got to
all
smell it. I told you what I wear.
smell cologne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come smell yours for real, brother. Omar, fuck you mean?
Nah,
That's disgusting. First of all,
Yeah.
nah, brother. No.
Yeah.
Cam, to me, he can be that. What was that backup quarterback for Pittsburgh all them years? He can be that guy.
Hey, so
What, Charlie Batch?
let me talk.
He can be that.
Let me.
No, that's disrespectful.
So he
brother.
gonna be a
That
backup.
is disrespectful.
He gonna be a
That's disrespectful,
backup.
motherfucker.
Well,
So-
hold on. I mean, it might be disrespectful, but let's be honest. That's the direction he's heading. So why not get in a stable organization like Atlanta and just be that bridge quarterback, be that backup for when your guy go down? We know we
When
got.
was Atlanta stable? I lost you when you say Atlanta being stable.
You're right. Maybe Atlanta ain't stable, but you get what I'm saying. Like he's from Atlanta, like Sean said, he's marketable there. They know what they got when they got Cam. So when he come in, it won't be no
Yeah,
controversy.
be some fanboy stuff.
Maybe however you want to put it, but he have a secure position and he won't be jumping from team to team. Trying to
I'm gonna tell you,
find the glory days.
I'm gonna tell you like this, brother Mark. If I'm a true Atlanta fan, dog, if they bring that nigga Cam Newton in, I'm booing that whole damn franchise. I'm booing that nigga every time he get on the
You ain't
goddamn.
moving.
You
You ain't
still beating up
moving.
Atlanta
Because
though.
if we can't do no better than Cam Newton, something's wrong with our fucking organization.
Well,
That's
again,
fact.
Do a backup
well,
though,
again,
he was
there
in
were
the
people.
draft.
or a bridge guy.
Yeah, but again, there were
I boo that
people.
nigga every time he touched the field.
There were people
And
standing
once
on
you
the
start winning
table.
games, what you gonna do?
I still boo.
I'm gonna tell you this. There were people standing on the table for them to draft Justin Fields, right at 4. Why? Big part of it because Justin Fields is from here.
They gonna support black quarterbacks. They will do that.
I'm telling you, that's how they get down in here.
God damn, not Carson Wentz in a motherfucking protocol. God damn.
When Shockley was backing up, who was that? Shockley was backing up Shaw. They wanted Shockley to play.
Yeah, like that's how they roll, man. I'm telling you.
They feel like something was taken from them when Vic went to jail.
Yeah.
Well, what was the next team you got? What we got going on?
Yeah.
I think
I got a question for y'all. Just to get off the Cam bandwagon just for a second. Are the Patriots a playoff team with Mac Jones?
Yes.
No.
You already my answer.
Hell no. Hell no.
They still are.
Possible,
Speak up, True, because you've been saying that in the playoff team
Hold on. I've been saying whoever the quarterback is, we making the playoff regardless. I've been said that, so that's nothing new. That's nothing new. I've been said that, so let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's not do this.
No, I'm just making sure. I just want to see if you're gonna
I'm on
double
record
talk.
saying this. So let's not like come on now.
Wrong too, nigga. Y'all ain't making shit.
You listen. You be right like every once in a full blown moon. Anti, chill out, man.
You ain't never right, nigga.
I gotta see Mac Jones play a real game before I make that.
Let me ask you this, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
With the unfortunate injury of Dobbs, do you still feel confident about the Ravens making the playoffs? Because that's one of my picks of them not making the playoffs.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
They're gonna be a wild card team.
They're a wild card. They're a wild card team, though. They're a wild card team.
They always find a way somehow.
Yeah, they find
They find a way somehow.
Yeah, they find a way. It's just something about
they defense top 5. They're gonna be in the top 5.
Harbaugh, he coaches them up well enough.
Cleveland. Well, I'm gonna say this though. Cleveland got no excuse not winning that division now, though.
Hey, Sean, we released Devontae Freeman.
Oh, you did? Okay. So that means they're keeping Latavius.
Hey, Ravens
he really don't compliment what you call. Y'all need a bruiser back that can get some tough yards.
No, they like Tony Jones Jr. a lot. He runs tough, so I think he's gonna be the backup.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Chris Ivory.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but
So,
hey, if what South Solitical said about Cam is true, as far as he wasn't able to get the playbook down and he had a year advance on Mac Jones, that's an indictment on his ass.
Remember, he
so
talked about that on that show too. If y'all watch that show,
What
yeah.
show is that?
what's the show? Who's it? Well, I'm got bad with names and stuff, but that
more,
show to
more
come on
than more
YouTube.
than an
More
athlete.
than yeah, he talked about that. I remember watching that episode.
Yeah, but it's
Cam
not
talked about that.
it's not an
And
easy system to pick up,
yeah,
right?
and
It's
and
not.
if
Yeah, but
y'all
if a
been had
rookie
y'all
picks it
ear,
up faster than you, that's an indictment, though.
Yeah, but not necessarily though. Stand on business because again, conceptually, a lot of what they run in New England, they ran in Alabama. The
Yeah, the
verbiage may
concept.
take a second to pick up, but the
Yeah.
concepts are very similar.
but
Yeah,
that
Nick
goes back to
Saban.
what
Yeah,
I've
Nick.
been saying.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are not willing to bring in Cam because they don't feel like they want to have to transition into a guy that's a filler. He's just a filler at this point in his career. And if he
Half the
want to think he's a
teams are
starter,
transitioning to
Nick
fillers.
Foles was a filler too.
Who is man? Boo!
I'm
Boo that
saying
man.
Nick Foles was a filler, and he
and
was winning the Super Bowl.
but it's
I mean,
a double effect. He's a filler, and then you might have to change a lot of stuff that you really don't want to change for a filler quarterback.
Hmm.
You might feel like, hey, I'll go take him. I feel like he can run the offense. I can go take this guy. Why am I gonna bring a guy in that might get injured because he runs the ball a lot, does a lot of different stuff that I don't really like
shoot,
my
Phillip Rivers
quarterback to
was a
do.
filler. Phillip Rivers was a filler. I mean, he helped the Colts get to the playoffs.
What I'm
Man.
saying, a lot of
Foles
coordinators
is a
might
big
don't
time
like the
filler.
stuff that Cam does.
Yeah,
They don't want their
he's
quarterback doing it.
he's saying they're not
What?
cookie like Cam's not a cookie cutter quarterback.
Yeah.
In order to maximize him, you just can't put him in a
Coordinators
regular
don't want
system.
their quarterback running around and certain stuff on
Really?
film that they don't like
That's
about him.
Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
run a couple of jet sweeps.
Have you ever met Greg Roman?
Well, but say, why
No,
does
I
it matter,
haven't.
Chop? He's a filler.
Yeah.
Like, so what does it matter with
Yeah,
he's a filler.
temporary. So ain't nothing.
Yeah, he's not a long term solution. Just put him out there to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
If I was the
Rob,
Falcons, I'd sign him because I'm trying to tank. They need to tank for that damn roster.
But they're tanking anyway. It don't even matter.
the way they talk about Cam, he
I
should be
wouldn't
able to
put
come in and put
I
people in the
would
running, even coming off the season he had last year. The way he
Cam,
was
like,
talking about
Hold on. To the end of
Cam
the
can't
season,
go nowhere where they're trying to actively
hold
lose.
on. Let's not do this. To the end of the season, the Patriots were still fighting for a playoff spot. So let's not do that. Let's not act like it
they
wasn't
finished the
like
year 7-9.
okay. In the last, it was like week 15. We still fight for a playoff spot.
How was y'all fighting for a
I couldn't use
playoff spot?
He
And
said that like they had a 10-win
Miami and the
season or
Bills had
something.
better records than y'all.
It came down to the end of the season, like the last couple of weeks.
Who was
the
ISO
Patriots
Joe
got
team?
fired.
About
What the
17
fuck
and
you
0.
mean the last
He's talking
couple
about
weeks? How many
he's talking about the
weeks, nigga?
Falcons.
But
ISO Joe
anti,
shut it down.
Yeah.
he's saying this like they missed the playoffs being 6-10 or 9-7. You get what I'm saying?
that?
What are you saying, True?
All I'm saying is though, it wasn't. The Patriots were still
Boy,
trying to compete
y'all
for
wasn't in
playoffs.
nobody
That's all
threat
I'm
to
doing.
make nobody damn playoff. Fuck out of here. Stop capping.
Okay, so
Y'all
the
wasn't
games
threatening to
though.
make no playoff push. No.
So the
No.
Super Bowl, So the
No.
Super Bowl contenders we played last year, it wasn't close games. So when we played against Super Bowl contenders last year, it wasn't close games.
What are you talking about last year?
They be moving the
Okay.
goalpost.
Okay.
Well, what are we supposed to go by?
Well, what do you mean by like we talking about last year? So how
What,
they move
what
the
you playing
goalposts?
the Super Bowl contender got to boot you in the playoff, nigga?
It means that we were still competing last year, even though we were
Man, y'all
7-9.
wasn't
We
competing
still
for a
competing.
Y'all
bitch
won
ass
7
thing.
games.
Okay, man.
How y'all competing
What
winning
is
7
I want to
How
games?
many games? Hold on. How many games the
That'd be
Now
Cowboys?
Kirk Cousins.
you finna change the question.
I'm just
I'm
saying
not
that we
sitting.
can.
I'm not sitting there saying we're competing. You the one saying your team will
Okay.
compete.
Y'all never compete for nothing since Jimmy Johnson. So
Why
let's
you
not do that,
changing
man.
the
So
subject because you're getting cooked?
I'm not. We
You the
compete.
one said your team will compete with
I can
7 wins.
multitask. I can multitask.
You the
So let's
one
not.
on
Like a
here talking about your
multitask.
team
I
competing
can
with 7 wins.
multitask, Self. I can multitask, Self. Like I
True.
said,
Come on, bro. You gotta quit that now.
I'm not quitting of it. So I'm just saying,
You
man.
talking about your team competing with 7 wins. I'm not on here saying that about my team.
There's teams that made the playoffs winning 7 games. What are you talking about? How many games Washington won?
We really doing this.
Hold on, how many games Washington won?
Hey, that's a
We
caveat. So
really
you got to
couldn't.
put if they in the NFC East, they
Come
can do
on,
that.
man.
I'm just saying, we was in NFC East,
Stand
we didn't
on
make the
business. Don't
playoffs.
start
That's what I'm
trolling,
saying. Like,
man.
come on, dog. Like,
He
stop
act
it.
like this is something common. Teams just making it in with 7 wins every year. He act like
y'all
this is a
If you're
known
common
for
not in the
thing.
doing that. The
NFC
NFC
East,
East
you're
is
not
known for
making no
doing that.
playoffs and
Y'all
go
known for
7
doing
and
that
one.
NFC East. So let's
Bro, this
not do
shit
that.
is not
Y'all
common.
known for
You can
doing that.
count on one hand how many teams that
Well,
made playoffs with 7 wins.
well,
The
And you
they,
act
NFC
like this
East
is
is
a
known
common
for that.
thing.
so
The
when did
NFC
they
East is
stop being
known for
in
that, man.
playoff contention? Then that's the question. Then was it like were they 5 and 7? Well, like when was it they stopped being in playoff contention?
I think it was like the
Like,
last 2 weeks of the season.
it was last 2 weeks of the season.
So they was in playoff contention then.
Exactly. That's all I see. That's facts.
I mean,
I mean,
whether the
come
All
on.
record
right.
is whatever it is, if it went down to the last 2 weeks,
Next question. What does Cam do next?
That's a
Ray.
good.
What's the question?
Just wait. Tell you the
I
truth.
think he's
Wait.
gonna focus on his media company, Iconic Soccer.
Yeah,
Wait.
cause don't he do a
Wait.
sit? Don't he do a sit down with niggas when he smoking cigars and shit?
Yeah, he do
Like,
He
that
don't he
got
shit.
his
got
own
like
little
like
a
hat
shit
company
like that?
podcast.
too. He
BT.
Yeah,
he
go
work
into
on designing
entertainment,
the
dog.
hat.
Leave football alone, bro. He
If
don't
he
like
can't
being
come to
on
with
camera, so
that
leave
he's
it alone,
not
bro.
a starting quarterback no more, he needs to leave it
Oh,
alone.
Well,
wait
he
on.
had a post today. What his post say? What did that
He
he had
said
a
basically don't feel sorry for him. He was okay, and saw love, and that was pretty much it. He
That's
really didn't say a
reverse
whole lot.
psychology, man.
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't say much. All right, I'm gonna ask a very hot button question here. Oh God, I'm scared. If Cam never plays another down of football,
He's not a Hall of Famer.
is he
He's
a
not
Hall
a
of
Hall of
Famer?
Famer.
He is a Hall of
No.
Famer. He is a Hall
Hell
of Famer.
no.
We're not doing
No,
that.
he's
We're
not.
not
Y'all,
doing
Hell
that.
Son,
no.
you would have thought,
Get
hold
the
on.
son.
fuck out of here.
Hey,
I'm
No.
not doing that.
Hell
Anton, these
no.
are
We're
the same
not
people
doing
that
that.
said
Hell
Russell
no.
Wilson not a Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
Don't
Hell
Nobody
do
said that.
no.
Nobody
y'all
ever
the
said
Wait,
that.
same
hold on.
people.
Nobody
Wait,
said
hold on
that.
a
He's
second. Hold on a
saying
second.
that.
Who said
Sal,
that?
who said? Who
Hold
B
said
on.
said
that?
that. B
Sal,
said
hold
that.
on, Sal. See,
B
don't do
said that.
that.
You got to chill out.
Sal.
You got to chill out. South.
Who
South be doing
specifically
that.
said Russell
South
Wilson
be
wasn't a Hall of
doing that.
Famer?
South got to chill
Oh,
out.
my bad. I'm just
South
keep it
got to
on
chill. You
beat.
be
My
doing that,
bad.
man. You got to
Yeah, because
chill.
you be
Hold
doing
on,
that. You
bro.
be starting little fires and don't ever put
Hold,
nobody's name to it. Who
hold on.
specifically
I
said
could have
that?
sworn. I could have. Hold on. Anton, when we on the panel where we were getting jumped on Russell Wilson,
Yeah, they was agreeing with that nigga. Yeah,
it,
We
yeah,
was
it was.
critiquing.
Yeah,
We
we
was
was
getting
getting
good.
jumped. It
Okay,
wasn't
he's a
just
Hall
me.
of
It wasn't
yeah,
just
Famer.
yeah.
me.
Y'all was agreeing with that
We were
nigga.
getting
Yeah,
jumped. You telling me it was on the D?
Y'all capping now.
Nobody
I
ever said
wouldn't.
Russell
I
Wilson
couldn't have
wasn't a
been
Hall
there
of Famer.
because
I never said that. I never said Russell
And I
Wilson
just
was
never
on.
said that.
Okay.
I
I
never
could
said
have.
that.
Hey,
Y'all
son.
agreed to
Hey,
his
son.
I know.
limitations,
Hey,
but
I
son.
could
nobody
have
agreed
swore.
that he
Son.
was in the Hall of
Hey,
Fame.
son.
Yes.
Son, if Cam Newton get in the Hall of Fame, we gonna fight, bro. All right.
Nah, we're
But
not
you
doing
wouldn't
that.
want
All
to
right.
fight every
That,
time something don't
Listen,
go
hey,
your way.
I
listen.
will put
We
my
First of
gonna
all,
fight.
in.
Hey,
first of
brother
all,
Mar, you can get it too.
violence begets violence. Okay, and I don't
Yes,
fight no more.
I
I
like
shoot.
violence.
he
I
got them
shoot.
pistols, boy.
I
I
shoot
shoot.
too.
Yeah, I will.
So,
First of all, I will drive you to Florida, kill you, and get off. Okay, that's the
hey,
first
hold
thing.
up, bro.
Okay.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
whoa.
Hey man, I'm going with Sean. He was in the military, anti.
Yeah.
And I've been in the streets for a long time. Fuck you, mean?
Yeah.
Those are the people that can't shoot the most.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, listen to everything they shooting at. Anyway.
Yeah, all right, nigga. I'm trained, nigga. Fuck you, mean?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nah, he can't be in no Hall of Fame. He didn't sustain great seasons
I wish
consistently
y'all
enough
would
for
say
me.
this man be a Hall of Fame. Hell
Man,
no.
that nigga's a Hall of Famer, man. I don't give a
No,
damn.
he's not. What makes him a Hall of
I
Famer,
put
True?
Mike Vick in the Hall
What
of
30,
makes
Fame
him
hold
a
on,
over
Hall of
30.
Famer?
Cam
Hold
Newton.
on, he got 31,000
So
yards.
look up the stats, man.
He
You
got
gotta look at
30.
his
He
yards.
got 31,000 yards.
Hold on. That's just passing yards, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yeah, that's his passing yards.
He got 31,000 passing yards?
Yes.
What?
Cam Newton got 31,000 passing yards.
Right. Hold on. But
Yes.
here's the thing with Cam Newton. Right. This is where
Get
you're
out
gonna
of here.
hold on.
Yeah, look at you. Now you gotta change your tune.
Hold on.
That's
Get the fuck
100.
out of
Hey,
here.
that's a lot of
100. Hold on.
yards, bro.
190 touchdown passes. 118 interceptions. But
Hold on, Sean.
yeah.
Let me. I got something for that. That's going down your same line. Don't mention those stats anymore because I want to see some. So I got you on that one.
Okay.
Do the blank. Do the blank.
You should
Test.
have just did a blind
oh
comparison.
man, Blake.
I should have
Yes,
did the blind resume.
we'll do
Should have did the blind
blind
resume.
comparison.
Yeah,
That's my fault.
And can we can talk about Russian Lee, so we can talk about
Whoever that
Russian Lee.
blank
So we know
nigga is, he
Cam.
ain't getting into the motherfucking Hall of Fame.
Well. I know
Whoever
this
You
he
got to
though.
is,
do it with somebody that's already in
Hey,
there.
Well, I know this though.
let
Well,
me
Cam.
say this. Let me say this, because I'm a man. A lot of people can't do this. I might have to reconsider. Because when I look at
Okay.
his accolades, he do got some nice accolades. I mean, 30,000 passing yards ain't that impressive in modern time, though. I will say that. But he do got MVP, 3-time Pro Bowl, Offensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Offensive Rookie of the Year. So he got some nice accolades.
that sound like
Not
Hall of Fame
accolades,
shit to you?
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
He better
accolades
That don't sound
are.
like no Hall of
Barry
Fame
Terry
shit to
Yeah.
me.
Bradshaw. That's all I know.
His
Yeah,
stats ain't that
the
impressive in
31,000
modern
passing
times,
are
though.
Hold on, let
impressive,
me
but again,
hold
you
on.
taking the fact that he's a running quarterback as well.
Let me get this. Let me get everybody's opinion right. If you guys had a franchise right now, your franchise is in need of a quarterback. Who would you pick up? Give me quarterback A, B, C, or D. Go ahead and in the chat. Go ahead, drop the comments too as well. We're trying to
Who
see
was
right
A,
now.
B, C, or D?
Yeah, it's A,
We
B,
was
C.
starting the
Which quarterback
franchise.
which quarterback would you take? Or right now, out of A, B, or C, or D?
To
If
start
your
the
I'm
quarterback,
taking
franchise off.
quarterback C.
It gotta be C.
I'm taking
all
C.
right, so let's go around. Let's go around. So I hear you. Stay on business.
Let me see.
You guys
He
see.
got
Let me see.
158 interceptions though, but
Let me see.
Yeah,
Hold
but
up,
to me,
Coco.
it's the touchdown.
Who
But
said?
look at the temps though, but Mark too. You gotta look at the temps.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I got see. Let me gotta go with
This
I gotta go with
is
C,
gonna be
man.
between B or C, but
I
C
know
has
C.
more
got-
games under his belt than B though. That's the problem here.
Right. Like I said,
Ain't no way I'm picking C, man.
I'm
Ain't no way.
taking C.
This nigga got
No, man.
158 motherfucking interceptions. Fuck you,
Look at the
mean?
touchdowns though.
I
Yeah.
don't give a damn about them touchdowns. Look at the interceptions.
He played more games than everybody on the list. He played
He's
way more
complete.
games
He
than
got the
B, and
highest
he
complete,
got.
but he has the highest completion percentage on the
all right.
most attempts.
So I just,
Well, hold
I'm
on,
just,
hold on.
No, A do.
Hold on, I was looking at it wrong. I was looking at it wrong. My bad. Hold on.
Right. So I see Dion. Dion says, "Hey, he'll choose A." Okay, that's one for A.
It's gonna be
Hold on.
between.
He's got way more attempts than anybody on the list and a higher completion percentage than anybody on the list.
Nah, A do. A got 67.
Oh, you see, I'm tweaking here.
So let me guys.
It's
Let
got
me.
He's 51 and
You guys have your
51
quarterback.
too.
Let me know.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm going with
television
I'm
sports.
going with
David, thanks for
I'm
joining.
going with A.
Is C your pick or
Yeah,
no?
C is my pick.
That's for you.
Yeah,
C is your pick.
yeah. I was looking at the long and thinking it was touchdowns. My bad. I'm tripping.
Oh, yeah,
I
been
go.
bad,
I
right?
go with C too. I'm gonna go
Okay.
with C too. I think
I'm going with
that's
A.
Peyton Manning, man. C must be Peyton Manning.
If you guys, and this is honor system. So if you choose A, then choose A.
I'm choosing A.
It's between A or C for me.
Now C Brett Favre. That's who C is.
Oh, yeah, C got to be Brett Favre.
It is. That's who it is.
I see.
No, not no.
It'd be way
I
more
know that for a
interceptions than
fact.
that. Fuck you, mean?
No, for a fact, it's not Brett Favre.
Hey,
It'd be
Anti, who
way
you
more
got?
interceptions than that.
Anti,
I
who you
got
got,
A.
bro? You got A,
Yeah,
bro?
you right.
Tell
Yeah,
him
I
business.
got that.
I got C.
Who got C?
I guess.
I'm pick C too. I was looking at the stats wrong.
Okay, cool. Let me see. True, you got C as well.
Yeah, I got C. Yeah.
Taj, do you see? Taj, do you want to put something in on this as well? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with C too. I'm gonna go with C.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go with B.
Who's that quarterback?
Who'd you pick up?
I want to
B's
go.
Cam
I'm gonna
Newton.
go with B. I'm just
B's
gonna.
Cam Newton.
I'm just gonna go with B.
Yeah.
John, who you going with?
I'm gonna use the ancient Chinese method for test taking. I'm gonna take C.
That shit
I
failed
see
me.
you
I
did.
failed a test like that
They
before.
appreciate you for doing
never
that.
did that shit.
I need you to pick one, just so we can have. If B is your preference first, then we'll put B in there. That's for David Green. Thank you for joining the
Yeah, I got a 25
Nah, you know who that is?
ACT,
That's
just
Dan
put
Marino.
C.
That's who it is. That's Dan Marino. That's who it is.
C might be Eli Manning, bro.
Nah,
Nah, it
Nah,
can't be
hell,
Eli Manning. His
hell no.
interception to
His
touchdown.
touchdown to inside radio.
We did a lot of interceptions, but this guy got he got 7,000 attempts.
Is that Kurt Warner? Nah, that ain't Kurt Warner.
See, that's the difference, though. I'm trying to. These
Yeah,
attempts are really.
Eli ain't never missed a game, bro.
Like that.
This is what I'm going with B because
Phillip
that guy has over 3,000 more attempts.
One. He
Maybe
missed
it's
one
Phillip
game.
Rivers.
Then we got benched for one game.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
benched.
he was crying.
But I still go with A got the highest completions completed. So, like, that's what I want from my quarterback.
But he 51 and 2.
I don't give a damn.
I want the touchdowns.
And he got 190 touchdowns
that
and
dude,
84 interceptions.
But he got way over a 2-to-1 touchdown ratio. C, bro. His touchdown to interception is over 2.
Yeah.
It's like it's over 2-to-1. It's way over. I mean, the other guy is too, but he got a bigger sample size.
He's got
I'm
double.
gonna let you guys know which one it is.
Go on, show us who they is.
Well, I didn't have enough time because I didn't, But A is Kirk Cousins. B is Cam Newton. C was the majority of everybody picked was fucking Matt Ryan. D, who nobody, Ryan Tannehill. So yeah, I think Cam Newton could take Tannehill's spot, and I think he could take fucking, or at least give him up the money and fuck Kirk Cousins.
I
knew it. You agree with me that Matt Ryan is a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. That's what the majority of the panel. No, you have to take that into consideration, bro. You can't just say no.
If you asked 2 or 3 years ago, it would.
I picked B. So just keep
I
mean, this is total numbers. This is just total numbers. I didn't want to add any of the rushing attempts because I think that would have gave it away.
But we can't have a career argument based on what right now, though. There's 2 different conversations.
Yes, you can, because the career is still going on right now. What are you talking about? This is everything leading up to.
So you telling me Cam Newton is as good as he was in 2015 when he went to the Super Bowl? That's what you telling me?
I'm just asking you who you would pick. You drafted. You said, I want Matt Ryan.
Nah, I picked Matt Ryan. I didn't argue against that. I said Matt Ryan better than Cam Newton. So where am I contradicting myself?
That's not a bad thing. But do you have him better than Kirk Cousins?
Hell no, I ain't got
he didn't have a better year. It's arguable. No, I'm not, because I'm still talking about what they done last year, Cisco.
Am I fucked up?
God dang, I'm saying the same stuff.
So now what you gonna say?
I feel we're brothers in that sense.
What you gonna say, nigga? Yeah.
Cousins is coming off a better year.
Are y'all saying Kirk Cousins is a Hall of Famer?
Hell no.
Oh, we just keep changing the conversation.
Ain't nobody saying that shit.
Wait.
Ain't nobody saying that.
Cousins is coming off a better year. So right now, he could be possibly better.
Let's outgo.
This what I'm saying, Cisco. Coming off last year, Kirk Cousins had a better year than Matt Ryan. Because
if a quarterback,
nobody's played no game this year.
Quarterbacks were free agents this year. Who would you pick? That's all I'm asking you.
I picked Matt Ryan.
I won't pick no Cam or no.
No, I picked C. I picked C.
Yeah, you picked. Yeah, that's what I said. You picked Matt Ryan. C.
Yeah,
I picked A.
That's what I said. I agree with you. Yeah, I picked C as well. I'm just telling you that you're a general manager right now. You're in need of a quarterback. These 4 quarterbacks are free agents. This is the records up to this point. Who are you working with? You didn't go to Kirk Cousins. You didn't go to Cam Newton. You didn't go to Ryan Tannehill. Congratulations. I'm guessing right.
Yeah. Ain't no guessing right, nigga.
No, I guess you guessed just like you guessed that draft.
No, I didn't, nigga. I said, hey, nigga, because I said
that was fucking lucky.
I said he got the highest completion percentage out of all of them.
Madden cheated for you, bro. You should feel shit.
You can get this work too.
This still disingenuous, Cisco. This is disingenuous. You should have had what they done last year. Because teams are gonna be looking at the last thing you done. What have you done for me lately?
Hold
Okay.
on. So how did we move from Cam Newton as a Hall of Famer to going back to this argument
Because
again?
it's laughable, nigga. That's why ain't nobody
What
talking
we were
about
talking
it.
about
He
is
ain't
Cam
making no
Newton a
Hall
Hall
of
of
Fame.
Famer, and I thought
Because
this.
it's laughable.
I thought
He
this
ain't making
graph
no
was based
fucking
on
Hall
if
of
he a
Fame.
Hall of Famer or
Well,
not.
No,
so the
no.
He's
reason
an
So
all-time leader in rushing
go ahead,
the
touchdowns
Sean.
for a
reason why it's
quarterback.
not laughable is because if you combine his rushing numbers with his passing numbers, he's going to have
Exactly.
a strong argument for the Hall of Fame.
All
Laughable.
That's what I
purpose.
said
He ain't
earlier.
getting into no
His
Hall of Fame.
he got some. I give him a case with his accolades. His numbers are not all that impressive when you stack it up to modern quarterbacks. Because you got
Well,
He's
you
a
keep
running
saying modern
Brady,
quarterback.
quarterbacks, but these are all quarterbacks within his range. Within their
modern quarterback. The modern quarterbacks
I'm
just going to Hall of Fame and threw for 50, 60, 70,000 yards.
I
Brady,
understand that.
yeah,
But these
Matt
but
Ryan is getting consideration.
yeah,
He will get consideration for Hall
yeah.
of Fame.
You got
these
Matt Ryan with 55,000. So 30 of them is
I
not
understand that.
impressive.
How many
I'm
rushing?
saying
How many
I'm
rushing
saying he
yards
has
does
a
Cam
better
have?
argument with his
Cam got the
accolades. He
record.
got MVPs.
What's his rushing yards?
Cam got the record for the most rushing touchdowns as a quarterback with 70, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
70.
You got with Cam.
He
You
has
got to
more.
throw in the. You got
He
to
has
throw in the
more
rushing.
career rushing touchdowns than some running backs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he has
That's
70. He
another
has
good
70.
point.
He has 70. He has 70 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he's getting Hall of Fame.
And 5,000
Or
rushing
should
yards.
be, or should be in
That
the Hall of
man
Fame.
ain't getting into no Hall of Fame.
Or should be.
Anton,
You know
this
they
were
do.
his numbers to me
He might be a third or fourth ballot.
as a quarterback. His numbers as a quarterback, because we talking about quarterbacks,
Right.
are not that impressive as far as passing. But when you look at his accolades, he has an MVP, he has an Offensive Player of the Year, and he was Rookie of the Year.
But running,
So
but
he
hey,
might
running.
squeeze in
I
there.
mean, we know the main thing about quarterbacks is throwing the ball, but still running is still like that's
But
still
it
a
don't
skill to
have, it
have in
don't
the
hold
position.
that much, but it doesn't hold that much validity in modern
I mean,
time.
it
Now the
helped him
fact
get
that
to
he
it helped
has
his
a
team get to the
record,
Super Bowl. It helped his team get to the Super Bowl.
We're talking
oh
about
my
you're talking
goodness.
about he's not going to get compared to at least, I'm assuming that we all agree that none of these guys are. I don't think any of these guys are projected to be first ballot Hall of Famers.
No, not first ballot.
So that's just me.
Probably be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
No,
He
the
ain't
hell
gonna
he's
be a
not.
first
That
ballot
nigga ain't
Hall
gonna
of
be no
Famer.
He might.
No, he not.
first ballot. That'd be
Yeah, he
crazy.
might be first ballot.
Nah, but you gotta factor in the
Nah, he
running
not.
because I mean that's an aspect of being just a football player. Just because you're a quarterback don't mean you just gotta be effective
Right.
throwing.
Like I don't think they're gonna when Cam Newton is up for consideration. I don't think they're gonna say, well, he didn't have the same. You have to take his whole game in context
Yeah,
when you
it's
Yeah,
like
judge
he's
him.
not going to be
Marshall Falk
compared to
with
Matt.
What made him
Mahomes.
unique
his
as a
receiving.
quarterback is what is going to
Right.
get him there.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
And he still
I
showed
agree.
he could
I
throw the
agree with
ball. He
Lamar.
had like 4,000 yards his rookie year. That's impressive.
But can we say this? The fact that he don't have some of the modern numbers is going to affect him not being possibly a first ballot.
definitely.
What does Kirk Cousins have?
He
But
got
nobody
better
said
numbers
Coach
Cousins
than
Cousins
not
they
gonna be
even
a
in
all.
the
Hall of Famer.
conversation. He's not even in the
What?
conversation. He'll never get in
We
there.
not who's saying he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
No, we're saying. Well, I think if he continues on, I think he's going to get in. I think he may not be a first ballot, but
Kirk
I don't know
Cousins?
Kirk.
just
I don't
No,
know
Kirk
Kirk.
Cousins ain't getting in no Hall of Fame. That shit
I
wild.
think
just
I don't see how he get in
Go
there.
ahead, Cisco.
no, because
He got a
like I said before,
0% chance.
I didn't say necessarily Kirk Cousins is a Hall of Famer. I think Cam Newton, out of this group, I think Matt Ryan and Cam Newton have the best chances of getting into the Hall of Fame.
Correct.
But like I said, Cam will still have to play, which leads us back to our previous point. Where do you guys think he's going? That's what we're trying to bring out here. Where do you think he's going? If you say he's on the couch, then hey, just say couch.
Couch.
See, this the problem I got with Cam. Some of the teams that I feel like the Ravens, are teams that kind of have quarterbacks that's more mobile. They don't want him, so that's what kind of bothers me about it. To where he could spell, and maybe they feel like he don't want to come in and be a backup and show some kind of leadership and tutelage to some of these younger players that play a style of football that he played for his career.
You keep saying leadership. You keep saying this leadership thing, bro, but that's not like a tangible effect. Because
what I'm saying is leadership is kind of. This is my example of leadership. You have great players. And they show a level of being able to sacrifice and do certain things and teach other players. Do you know how they talk about how like you have veteran players that you bring in and they play a benefit on younger players, willing to take on that role, willing to sacrifice and add and be willing to step up and play and not kind of kill the chemistry or camaraderie between the teams because you feel like you need to be playing. I don't know if Cam want to play a role like that on the team. You get what I'm saying?
So, but when you were describing those attributes, you know who the first person thought of who's going to be a Hall of Famer? Who's
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Thank you, brother Mark. He wants to be the number one guy. He wants to be that kind of little diva. He wants everything you just said that you associate with Cam Newton is what Aaron Rodgers is displaying right now.
Yeah, but you're talking about a dude who got their all-time type numbers. Like it's not like he's gonna be on the fence. That dude Aaron Rodgers is gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer unless he got something off the field. Yeah.
What off the field issues have Cam Newton had besides a car accident and COVID?
No, I'm not saying that Cam does, but we know it's a stigma on Cam.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but South, would you agree these teams, including your Cowboys? Well, I wouldn't say that. Which player? Where would you put these teams? Would you put them all in Deshaun Watson's bucket? And they're all pending.
I will give you this about my team. We know I do have an owner that's a second chance owner. Just on that premise, maybe he could get an opportunity with us. You get what I'm saying?
I don't see it.
I'm not saying we see it or not.
You think the Cowboys will sign Dak Prescott?
No, he's saying that if there's something happened to Dak Prescott,
I'm just saying that's the only validity to him possibly coming to us. Is we know that we are sick. No, I'm just listen to me. The only possible way I can see him coming to us is the fact that we do have an owner that's a second chance type owner that bring in players. But the thing about me, I don't think there's a real market for him because it really wasn't none when he went to the Patriots, and then he really didn't do that much for him to demand for somebody to be desperate for him to come in. This is just my perspective. The numbers I'm looking at, he put up their backup numbers. The style of play he played, I don't think offensive coordinators or coaches want him to come in and change a little bit what they do just for a filler guy.
Hey, South, didn't y'all just release y'all backup quarterback today?
They released both of them motherfuckers. They released DiNucci and Gerbert.
Yeah, we still got Cooper Rush though. I'm not saying he's the greatest backup or nothing like that.
He's not.
But
he can play that position, and he's similar to that.
The thing about it, Cam, the only issue I have with Cam is can he accept the fact that you are a backup quarterback? And you probably can perform a good backup. That's the thing. And if he's not going to accept that, I think this is what teams look at. If he's not going to accept that role, then he can only come in and be a cancer to your team, especially if you're trying to develop a young quarterback, but you got an old veteran guy that's trying to.
Why are you always saying that though? You mentioned leadership. You mentioned. And the only leadership, you're talking about he's going to be a cancer, but I've never heard of Cam Newton or anybody saying he's a cancer.
I'm not saying that he's going to be a cancer. This is what I assume that why teams don't want to bring him in. I'm not saying that he is a cancer. I'm saying I feel like he can be a cancer if he come in and don't accept his role. You get what I'm saying?
His over the top personality, bro. That's what he's talking about.
I just thought about it. We may make a great point though. Cam not vaccinated. I don't think Jerry wants to deal with that.
That's already a problem in itself. Now think about it. You got young guys, and you bringing a better guy in. He's not vaccinated like everybody else. A lot of different things. You creating caveats for everybody
vaccinated on the Cowboys?
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if everybody's vaccinated or not.
If Jerry Jones make a mandate, you know how it go in Cowboys.
Are you damn right? Yeah, that nigga got the whip.
They gonna get in line.
I mean, and again, it was. I read the tweet earlier when I tweeted Tony Dungy what he said. He said a lot of teams are going to be very, very hesitant to bring in guys who are unvaccinated, and Cam, I think, is unvaccinated, so it is going to be a factor. But I don't think that'll be the only thing. I think if a team is interested in bringing him in, they'll have a conversation with him about why he hasn't gotten vaccinated or what's his concerns or whatever. But so I think it'll factor, but I don't think it'll be a huge factor.
I'm just speaking only to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think Jerry's gonna budge off that at all.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think the Cowboys are 100% vaccinated either.
Cam Newton needs to do what Tim Tebow did and switch to tight end.
Stop it.
Disrespectful, man.
I think Cam he could come in and be a backup guy, accept that role, show, especially for a young quarterback, and be a leader. We've seen, players be leaders, backup quarterback go in and kind of give some young guys the ropes, especially a young guy. I think he would do benefits for a guy like a Lamar Jackson if he really to take that role. But I'm not saying that I don't know who is the Ravens' backup quarterback.
Brent Hundley
and Trace McSorley.
Don't they got the dude from the old quarterback from Utah?
And Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley, not
Man, they got 4 quarterbacks on the roster.
But him trying to bounce around and try to be a starter, I don't think that's good for him. If teams felt like you starter, you be.
That's what he is. He gonna bounce around like that's.
And again, I don't think last season, to True's point earlier, was a true accurate depiction of who Cam was because of all of the factors that went in the last season.
But you got to look at it. He didn't play. He really didn't play the year before that, and then he come back, and he really didn't have that impressive year to say, "Look, we're gonna bring this veteran guy in the field, and he gonna really make a big difference for what we trying to do."
Well, again, I think any team that brings him in, South, is not bringing in him saying guaranteeing him the starting job. I think again that's why I said to start. I think he's got to be strategic and look for an opportunity where he'll have a chance to compete at some point. He's not going to start week 1. Week 1 is in 9 days. He's not going to start week 1. But can he go somewhere and have a chance at some point soon? And again, it may not be this season. It may be in the offseason to compete for the starting job. He's shown, because again, when the Patriots brought him in last year, they didn't promise him the starting job. He had to come in and win it. And he did. So I think he's shown he can do that. And I think that's what he's got to show again.
I think some of the teams that probably would complement the way he plays with more, they already have who they want to be the quarterback. They're not trying to bring nobody to compete.
I said he's got to be strategic about where he chooses to go.
Yeah, I think I don't see why he wouldn't go to fucking. He can't beat out Tua.
Yeah,
that's gonna be just. They got Reset down there.
But you got to look at the coaching situation. The guys that drafted Tua not trying to bring in an old guy to replace him because that was their pick.
Well, who's the quarterback? I just saw a report. Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, is very, very, very interested in getting Deshaun Watson.
You heard what Brian Flores said, though?
That's going to happen. That's going to happen.
That's going to happen. So I think Miami's off the table. The only reason why, if I were Miami, I would even think about Cam is if you think you're going to lose Deshaun Watson this season to suspension, which I don't think is going to happen because of where the investigation is. I don't think he'll be suspended until next season.
Sean, you seen what Flores said, though?
Yes.
What you say about? Hold on. He said what about his character? He said
no. He said they want high character guys.
They want high character guys.
But he also said that they aren't. I'm paraphrasing, but basically what he intimated was, they believe in their culture and blah 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 and how it helps guys and stuff like that. So he also said that as well.
Yeah, they just talking the PC talk right now, but.
And let me say this: what
do the wrong thing, Miami.
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all feel like a Cam Newton personality and a Belichick personality mesh?
It mesh. I don't think they don't have no issues with each other. Cam express how he
mesh. First of all, you lying. You don't know. I mean, no, because he's doing
I don't think his personality create. I don't think his personality created a schism within the organization or anything.
No, Bill coached a lot of different personalities, dude. Like,
this is how I feel. Cam is more of a just free flowing all this. Belichick about business, everything about business. I don't think he wants. I don't even think he will want a quarterback just kind of kill that culture of everything. Just the way his antics. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I just don't see it missing.
So basically, everybody on the Patriots.
No, but I'm saying the quarterback serves a different optic to the team versus other players.
So
know
Tom
that.
Brady, so Tom Brady, now he be cussing on the sideline and
Peace
shit
out,
like
fellas.
that.
All
All
right.
right,
Hey,
Cisco.
Cisco.
Tom Brady was
Well, so let me ask you this, Sal. If that was the case, then why did they bring Cam Newton back?
I think the biggest thing is they didn't really know what they wanted to do with their quarterback situation. So Cam was like, okay, we're gonna bring a filler in and see what he can do. Because there wasn't no big market for him, and the market was leveraging for you to spend a lot of money on it. Just brought him in to be a filler till they figure out what they want to do with their quarterback situation. Now they drafted him a quarterback, and they
Can I say
easily
something
moved off
though?
him for the season started.
Hey, Sean, I ain't gonna lie. I hope the man well, but I'm kind of glad he out of the league. You know why? I
Mm-hmm.
ain't got to see them dumbass motherfucking costumes no more, and I ain't got to see that dumbass hair no more.
Well,
You out
that's,
of
I
hey
league.
man,
mean,
that hate ass
it's
hey
fine. It's fine because you're gonna get a
I
whole lot of it this season with
uncorruptible.
the Lakers, so it's fine. Yeah.
I would love to
Hold
see him
on.
play
Who a
a.
Laker fan? Who a Laker
you a
fan?
Laker fan.
You
You
I'm a
a James
Pelican
fan.
fan, nigga. Fuck you, mean?
hey,
Just
that's
say
You
it
the
right. I'm
same
a
way.
James
Bron
fan.
fan. I'm a
Well,
Bron fan,
he
nigga.
played for the
Hey,
Lakers.
I
listen,
don't give a
man.
fuck what the Lakers do over
Hey
there, nigga. I
man,
don't give a
listen,
fuck
hey,
what
listen,
team
We
you
hey, I'm
talking
play.
like,
about Cam
hey,
Newton.
listen,
Don't bring
listen,
up
listen.
that
Hey,
that
I picked the
that
Lakers. I picked the Lakers, but guess what though, man? Every time I pick the Lakers, they lose, man.
man.
It's a
Stop
true
bringing up
story.
Hey,
liquidity in the
I
conversation, man.
mean, hey man, so hey, go
Hey,
Lakers,
true,
man.
hey,
true. Stop trying to
let,
do it, dog, because we know for a fact, nigga, y'all might not even make the playoffs this year. You know what I'm
Well, Vegas says otherwise, but okay.
saying? Ain't nobody worrying about no fucking Vegas,
I'm just
nigga.
saying, I don't know Vegas. I don't work for Vegas enough. They agree with me with how many games we're gonna win
Hey,
Vegas.
What
Q,
seed they got y'all at?
did I hear you say y'all had some of the best offseason moves?
Yeah, he said that bullshit. Said that
That's
dumbass shit.
hold on. I said
I
we
was in the
won. I
comment
said we
section
was.
like
I
Barb.
said hold on. I said we was a quiet winner of the offseason. That's what I said. So let's
How
not
did
do that.
y'all win the offseason?
Bro, he be
Hey,
capping, dog. He
listen,
talk shit he doing, man.
hey, listen. We're projected to win 46 and a half games, man. So I mean, if that's not proven, I don't know what is.
How many
oh,
games
you
y'all
talking
won
about the
last year?
increase? You talking about the increase y'all winning percentage? I
Hold up.
mean
How many
wins.
games y'all won last year?
We was 500. We won. It's not an 82 game. So what the fuck? Hold up.
You
Nigga was
talking
a
about
72 game season.
We were 500. Though, I know that.
Oh, okay.
Let me just say this about Cam. I just hope he come to wits and realize he's not a starter, and hopefully see him back up one of these young guys and kind of give them ropes and maybe get an opportunity to do something or maybe have a Nick Foles run. I don't know, but for him trying to be a starter, it's just gonna be. I think that's gonna be short lived for him. Only gonna be a filler. He has the opportunity to extend his tenure being a backup than trying to be a starter. He just do.
I think Cam Newton needs to continue doing what he's doing now and coach them 7-on-7 kids and help them. A team's gonna call sometime. You feel me? Injuries happen. And you just need to be ready for the call.
Yeah. Problem is, sometimes when you go into that stage of your career, sometimes that phone call don't come.
Yeah. You gotta
Man,
That's
be
the
look here.
risk you
content.
take.
Stay your big ass at home, bro. Enjoy your family, man. You got 18 kids. Be a daddy, dog. Enjoy your family.
That
Oh, I'm sorry. You got him confused with
motherfucker got
Dwight
hella
Howard.
kids.
He don't have 18. That's
Oh,
Dwight
okay.
That's
Howard.
Dwight
He got
Howard,
like
man.
8.
Come on. Hey,
He
that's
got like
disrespectful. But
8.
they from Georgia. That's disrespectful, man.
Now they don't. But
That's
no, listen.
disrespectful.
They learn from the school of Holyfield. They don't believe in no condoms down here.
Oh man.
That nasty.
Hey,
That
is that the
nasty.
Holyfield named all his kids Elaville shit like that? I'm like, damn, boy, what the fuck?
I mean, Dwight Howard got a bunch of kids, man.
He
That shit
looked
don't
at the
make no sense.
dictionary, just put E. Every E he saw, that's what
Who,
he named his kid.
who
Surprised
end
they
up?
didn't put a baby in Tia Cooper.
Man, listen, Dwight needs some. Listen, one of them kids got
I
needs to
thought
leave,
they
man.
was separated or whatever.
One of them kids
Yeah,
got
I'm
to
just
leave.
saying, but they was married though. Man, I'm surprised they didn't put a
No,
baby in her
they was
face.
Hey,
engaged. They was engaged. They was engaged.
No,
I
they
hey,
thought
got
they got
married. They
married.
got married. They got
They
married.
Oh
got
no,
married.
they got married. Yeah, they got married.
Oh, snap! My man,
who,
trapped her.
Yeah.
hey, Sean, who actually won y'all quarterback bracket?
I would have definitely
Huh?
bust all in that motherfucker, boy.
Who actually won y'all quarterback bracket?
we're down to the Elite Eight, so we're down to 8.
Hey,
So
hey, sorry, they don't have motherfucking Aaron Jones. I mean Aaron Rodgers. Now one of his damn QBs
hold
up
on,
there.
But you
hold
telling
on.
me they ain't got the 2007 Brady on there?
Hold on. I think he got eliminated last night.
Nah, he just lost.
I stopped voting.
Who he lose
I
to?
didn't.
I think it was Manning 13, but I can't remember right off. Yeah, we'll go back to it tomorrow night though.
He went 16-0 and lost in the second round.
This shit was blasphemous.
What was
He lost
man
in
at
the third
13?
round.
What was that year? That was the 50
Yeah, the 55
juiced up.
touchdown.
That's hard to beat, man.
Yeah, most passing
That
yards.
old seven. Yeah, that was
How he
Even
end
that
up?
Tom
How he
Brady
end up
season.
matching up with Peyton that early?
It wasn't early. That was the second round.
They shouldn't even be on the same size, man.
Well, you have to
early.
put guys in the same era against each other. That's how it works.
Yeah, he put him with the contemporary.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know too many.
Steroid man was different. Allegedly.
Yeah, but hey, Randy Moss is a steroid for a lot of people too. So I'm just saying,
No, he ain't doing that.
Randy Moss
who was Oakland? Who was there with Oakland? Shit, he was.
It was. Yeah, I know the Cowboys are exploring signing Cam as a potential backup to Dak, but
I ain't gonna hold you. Dak's shoulder. They ain't saying a lot about that shoulder, man.
You know, it's a lot of quarterbacks that didn't play in the preseason, right?
I mean, that's how they do things.
No, hold
man.
on. Most quarterbacks did play. You just about
all the starting quarterbacks played.
Yeah, all star quarterbacks played.
I don't want to say all, but
even Tom Brady played.
Most of them did.
Like everybody that played.
Yeah, most of them
played a lot.
Nah, Josh Allen ain't. Oh yeah, he did play. Josh Allen was looking smooth out there. Josh did play.
Even Patrick Mahomes, he played down the
road. I'm about to say he played the whole damn quarter.
All the starting quarterbacks played.
Not all of them, but majority of them.
But the most significant ones that played.
Boy, hey, I was looking at Baker Mayfield the other day with Cleveland. Oh my God, they look man.
This is the thing about Dak, like about his shoulder. They say like, so if you ain't gonna play him in the preseason, but I don't know. They're saying that he's throwing the football or something like that. They say he's throwing the football.
Man, what you mean? He's fully healthy now. What do you mean?
And why he didn't play in the preseason?
He just ain't playing.
Yeah, he's fully healthy now.
So you gonna just throw them in after week 1 against Tampa Bay?
Yeah. I mean, what you mean? You nigga, that's football. Go play football.
All right, that dude.
You just gonna play no football.
That defeats the purpose of the
preseason. I don't give a fuck who you playing against.
I think if
Dak gonna lose to Tampa Bay anyway, man.
I don't think if he has a shoulder, I think he plays in the preseason just because they want to get him out there. Because keep in mind, he missed 11 games last year. So
I really think his shoulder messed up, man.
Dude, and then he spent most of his time probably rehabbing, not doing any football mechanic stuff.
Yeah.
No, he's been in practice throwing.
Yeah, he's in practice.
Training camp. He's been in training camp.
Again, let's keep in mind, Sal, in training camp, hands off the quarterback.
That's why I say I agree with you, Sean. I want to see him go out there and at least get hit by somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't really want to see that.
Yeah, it was him get touched. It's football.
Yeah, but we're not gonna act like he's not the only quarterback that didn't play. A lot of people didn't play. O-linemen, running backs. I get what you're saying, though.
Judon would play like it was a real game.
And again, had he played a whole season last year, I'd have been less concerned. But because he missed so much time last year, that's why I was I think he should have played.
Hey, Sean, we probably gonna lose to y'all week 1 no matter what.
Don't stop saying y'all. That's not my team.
You're not a Buccaneers fan?
No, God, no.
He ain't on the white quarterback.
Yeah. No, that's not true.
Oh yeah, he don't like Brady. Yeah,
it's the history. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it.
Who your team, Sean?
Tom Brady.
The Saints.
I don't have one.
The Saints.
He might well say the Saints, man.
I got 5 teams I'm evaluating.
Pittsburgh gonna be his team.
You ain't gonna say
Dolphins. That's what's gonna happen because they're going to the playoffs.
Listen, the Dolphins could go with the Dolphins.
That's gonna be the worst
The
Pittsburgh
Dolphins one of
fan
the 5
ever.
teams.
Y'all
You
gonna
said
be
which
mad
team?
when
Which
the
team? Which
The
Pittsburgh.
Dolphins one of the 5 teams.
Yes.
I mean,
Y'all,
listen. Go back to they stay in Florida, man. You may stay in
I'm listening.
Florida, man. The weather.
I gotta do my assessment. I gotta do my
Brian
research.
Flores, he doing a good job down there, man.
Yeah. No, listen, they
Bill
got a black
Belichick
head
coaching
coach,
tree.
black GM.
Bill
I like the owner. Yeah.
Bill Belichick coaching tree too, man. I'm saying,
Yeah.
man, they so boy Bill.
I'm just not for wearing all the bright colors. That's my only thing. That's my only concern.
Don't jersey fire though, man. The all
Yeah, they
orange
are, but
though,
they're a little too bright for me.
I ain't gonna hold them. They jersey be fire though.
Yeah.
It be like it's great.
We're weighing them. We're weighing them. They're on the list of 5. We'll see. I ain't gonna tell you the 15 though. I'm not gonna tell y'all the 15. Y'all know 4 of them.
It's gonna be a wild card. I know it's a
Texans.
crazy team with that 5
Well,
too though. It's gonna be like the Bengals.
Yeah. So
It's one of them.
yeah.
You gonna have a show? You gonna have a live stream about it? This is my top 5.
No, I'm gonna bring it up. It's gonna come up
Hey.
after the season. Once the season's over, I'll tell everybody.
hey,
I just watched that game from last night, and boy, Anti's animated, boy.
That shit was funny as hell, dog.
Yeah.
That shit was
He
hilarious.
need to do all the games.
Yeah. Well, no, we got one tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. But
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go.
No, I was about to say who come up tomorrow?
SB and Cisco tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to find a headset, man. Like I'm like my defensive coordinator.
hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Did you catch the quarterback power rankings they posted?
On which site?
I think it was on it was on was it Fox, ESPN? I be looking as I don't never pay attention, but they got a power ranking, and they had because that was actually on what's the show Nick Wright on? God damn, what is it?
First things first.
He was first thing first. They had the top 10 power ranking, and they had Lamar Jackson at 8, and they had Dak at 5. You know, you remember when my third time I came over, I said he was a top 10 sub, top 5, and y'all said I was capping and all this. I mean, I guess some people feel the same way, and this him coming off him not even playing pretty much last year, most of the year. So
that ranking is backwards. I'm sorry.
He top 10 quarterback though.
I'm just gonna step out on a limb and say they didn't even have Deshaun Watson ranked.
Yeah, because it's based on going into this year. We know he's probably not going to play.
Okay. So that's the caveat. Like if I was basing it on just last year, I wouldn't have had that top 5. But this year, I could see him having a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, he's gonna put him. He's gonna put him.
I will give you this. He might have been moved to 6 if what you call was on there, right? I agree with that.
But how's he in front of Lamar Jackson though?
Yeah.
Yo, I got a question. Hey, have anybody noticed ever since that story came out about Max Kellerman on First Take, Stephen A. Smith ain't been on First Take?
I thought he has been.
No, he hasn't been on there.
He ain't been on that since.
Yeah, he been tweeting.
I just seen him talking about it on what is it, Sway or one of those Hot 97 shows.
Yeah, they're reformatting First Take. I think that's why he's taking.
I think he's gonna do NBA. I think he's gonna do NBA countdown.
That's a good thing you brought up,
Stephen A. Smith.
Huh?
Oh God, no.
You heard a rumor he's trying to do a super team.
With Magic and Mike Wilbon.
That's not no super team. I don't want to hear no Magic and Wilbon.
How you gonna debate with Magic?
I'll be cool with that. I wouldn't mind that Mike Wilbon and Magic, but
Magic too diplomatic to argue with him. He don't like to criticize no players. So why would you even want him on
Hey, listen, man.
I guess he gonna be the mediator or something like that.
Yo, that should be. I don't think they probably gonna put a mediator. I don't know who they do.
Yeah, I mean, I got much love for Magic, but Magic's not good on TV.
He not though. He just be talking though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like he be like it's just
I
like
think he's
it's
good
not
on
like
TV.
it's not like he's horrible. It's not like
Mm,
he's horrible though. It's just like you could have somebody do a better job than this. He's just talking.
It don't make sense to have Magic on a debate show. Magic don't debate
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
No, it's
He
not a
don't.
debate
He
show. It's
don't talk.
NBA count. No, it's NBA
But
countdown.
putting talking about he wants to do NBA countdown with Magic and
Well,
Mike
look,
Wilbon.
we seen
Oh, okay.
Magic. Didn't we see Magic do NBA countdown once before?
Now
Yes,
he
and it
been did
wasn't
that shit for
good.
years. It wasn't good at all.
And he
Wasn't
was
good
on
at all.
Inside the NBA, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, that motherfucker. He got all the IQ in the world
Yes,
though. But he's I don't know.
and the Magic Hour, which was atrocious. So
Yeah, that
Listen,
wasn't good. I give you that one.
I've never seen a dude with that much personality so bad on TV like that, man. I
well,
can't stand it.
it's because he does not like to criticize. Like you
Right,
can't
yeah.
you can't be middle of the road on TV like that. You
He
got
don't
to
like
be.
to criticize. Somebody like man.
He doesn't like to criticize.
He must have been a great
He
teammate.
criticized
Magic.
the point guard last year.
Yeah,
I miss you missed
Magic
50
likes
shots. He
being
made 50
likable.
shots.
Yeah,
That
Magic
man,
likes.
Who like Jalen Rose, man? I do not like listening to Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose
He's
cool though.
corny to me.
Jalen Rose though.
Man.
I like
I ain't
Especially when
gonna
he
front.
try
I
to do
don't think
the
Jalen
antics.
Rose is that good either.
I can't say that.
He corny
Jalen
too.
Rose be having. The thing I like Jalen
Bro,
Rose is he puts perspective on certain things though. That's what I like about Jalen Rose. I don't mean him
Yeah,
like
I will
analyzing
say.
the game.
I will say he's the best person of the Fab Five on TV. I'll just say that.
Hey, Juwan Howard didn't get his opportunity, man. He's had
Yeah, but John, he ain't got no personality, though.
he wasn't trying to. Like, nah.
I don't think Chris Webber was that bad.
He was.
When he was doing
Chris Webber was trying too much.
when he
man.
was on TNT, he wasn't bad with Shaq and them. I thought he was.
No, he's good on there. He's good on that.
Now,
In the studio,
commentating the game,
in the studio, he's not that bad. But during the game,
He's good in that type of setting.
Yeah, during the game, he ain't good. Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Yo, when that dude, every time
Run through the tape.
man.
Run through the tape.
Yeah, he always. Listen. The funniest joke though ever though when dude said dude asked for an autograph. He said, "Hey man, I'm gonna be going to none of this time out." that shit never gets old, man. Dude, Chris Rivers had the dude camera on his head. That bitch.
I don't remember that.
Nah, it's go YouTube it, dog. Somebody act like do like a selfie, like, hey man, you were my favorite players, man. Even though you did that nut ass timeout, call that nut ass timeout. That shit, bro. That's foul, man.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. We weren't planning on being on too long. We just wanted to go live about the Cam Newton situation. So, True, you going live tonight?
Yeah, I'm going live.
All right, yeah. If you're watching,
live.
man, please make sure to subscribe to True the King TV.
Hey, you see the new logo, man. Sounds of Soulverse, man. Soulverse.
Yeah, I like the new logo, True. That's fire. That's fire. New logo for True the King TV. Man. Make sure you subscribe to SB SB Talk Sports, FYF, of course. So yeah, definitely subscribe to these channels, please do. And look out if you subscribe. Make sure you turn your notifications.
True, you know I'm gonna have to come see you. I'm gonna come see you.
Yeah. True just dropped out. So.
All right. I appreciate you letting me come on, Sean, man. You know I'll be watching y'all with the Ravens too.
Always appreciate you. So yeah, man. Listen, appreciate y'all for coming on with us, man. Again, we'll be on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next live stream. Again, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to U3 Sports Talk on YouTube. Turn on those notifications. And again, follow us on social media at U3 Sports Talk on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and when we're back on Facebook at some point. So on behalf of Cisco and J-Mac, I am Sean from U3 Sports Talk. Salute everybody. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see y'all later.